Hello, everyone. Welcome to our episode of 123 Wrestling here on SRB TV. I am, of course, Kristen.
I'm Nick Slade.
And I am Mo the Sweeper Brothers.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm going to let Nick take it away because he's our Impact Wrestling senior analyst. So go on, Nick. What are we watching tonight?
Oh, we are watching the second annual Impact Wrestling Hard to Kill, which of course is a play on the fact that this is the company that just will not die. They're like it's like Matt Hardy that way. Uh, so yeah, this is really interesting because this is the first pay-per-view since the start of the AEW Impact Wrestling Alliance. So of course, as everyone knows, Kenny Omega, the AEW World Champion, will be competing on this card in a six-man tag, along with his fellow Bullet Club alumni, the Good Brothers, the Impact World Tag Team Champions, against the Impact World Champion Rich Swann, Chris Sabin, and now Moose, who's replacing Alex Shelley, who is out of the match for certain reasons. We don't know for sure. Could be COVID related, could be injury related. But still, Moose is great. So him being in the match also has a hint of interest. But yeah, it's gonna be great. We've been doing these Impact pay-per-views for a little while, and I've always enjoyed Impact Wrestling. I've always been a big fan of the promotion, even during the dark times.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited for tonight, especially as we really get the first full show of this AEW Impact team up.
Okay, so yeah, this is where I come in because I have the match card. We're gonna quickly go over a few of these as brief as cliff notes as possible until the main event. We can talk a bit more about the main event match. So we have Brian Myers versus Josh Alexander. Anything we need to know, Nick, about that match?
Basically, what's going on there is that it's a little personal view. Brian Myers has been making fun of Alexander and the fact that his tag team partner Ethan Page has his little alter ego, the Karate Man. But try to get the exact details. I do my best to keep up with everything. There we go. So yeah, this is basically a personal feud between the two. Brian Myers has been basically being in the locker room bully. Like recently, he got in it with the Good Brothers. You know, he brought out Hornswoggle, who was who came out as AJ Styles. That was funny.
Yeah.
But so basically, it's a personal feud with Kurt Hawkins. Well, former Kurt Hawkins, Brian Myers, just being a prick. And Josh Alexander's basically gonna stand up, try to take him out.
Okay, I'll just go with Alexander. You said Myers, Mo?
Yeah, I'm going with Myers.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with Brian Myers. I've really enjoyed what they've done with him in Impact. Yes, yeah, another case where it's good to have these other promotions because they give other people opportunities. A lot better off than when he was on his freaking Goldberg-ass opposite day losing streak.
Yeah. So next up we have, I believe this is an intergender match. I believe it's Rosemary and Crazy Steve versus Tennille Dashwood and Caleb. A little bit about this one, Mo? I mean, not Mo, Nick. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a mixed tag. Let's see. Trying to get the exact details.
It's the return of Decay, isn't it?
And of course, everyone knows that Rosemary and Crazy Steve are once part of the group with Abyss Decay, so they have some history together, and they're taking on. Let me say it was Caleb with a K and who?
Tennille Dashwood.
Tennille Dashwood,
aka Emma and W.
Oh yeah, basically just another feud between these two because Caleb with a K, also known as Caleb Conley, he's basically become Tennille Dashwood's personal like cameraman, little producer guy. Yeah, just another personal feud between the two where Tennille Dashwood and Rosemary just competing with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And oh yeah, it goes back to the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Tournament. Yeah, because Tennille Dashwood was trying to get a new partner. She got eliminated in the match by Rosemary and Valkyrie. So it's basically from that.
Okay. So we'll probably go a bit quicker here. So I'm gonna go with Rosemary and Crazy Steve. Mo?
Going with Decay.
I'm gonna go with Rosemary and Steve. Well, fun fact, no, not fun fact. Unfortunately, Crazy Steve is actually legally blind,
Yes, I did hear about that. Yeah.
and so he's actually, but he's still like training himself to be able to still wrestle, even though his vision is slowly. He'll eventually go completely blind, which is very sad.
Yeah.
But I give a lot of credence to him for still trying to continue to live his dream.
Yeah. So we'll probably get a good quicker here. We're gonna go a bit quicker here. So we got a 6-man tag old school rules match as Tommy Dreamer, Rhino, and Cousin Jake take on Eric Young, Diener, and Joe Doring.
Oh, I know. Okay, so I know exactly what's going on here.
Okay,
This one storylines I've been following. So basically, Eric Young has ever since losing the Impact World Title at Bound for Glory, has formed alliance with Joe Doring. People familiar with All Japan Pro Wrestling are very familiar with Joe Doring. He's one of the most successful gaijins in Japan of the modern era.
Right.
I know a lot of our viewers mostly follow New Japan, but Joe Doring's a very big deal in All Japan Pro Wrestling. So him showing an Impact was really cool. And of course, everyone knows Diener and Cousin Jake, of course, were a tag team, but Diener decided to betray his cousin and join up with Eric Young and Joe Doring. And of course, Eric Young's always had been at odds with Tommy Dreamer and all of them. So it's basically it's going to be a old school. For those who don't know, an old school match is basically just a hardcore match. It's basically what Tommy Dreamer calls his hardcore matches.
Okay.
So it's just a case of revenge of getting between the war between Tommy Dreamer and Eric Young and the two cousins.
Okay. So I guess I'll go. I don't know. I've kind of gone faces for this in a while. I'll go with Team Eric Young.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Team Eric Young too. They're really established themselves a dominant force right now.
I mean, I'm going with the crowd here and going with Young.
Okay. So next up is the oddest match of the night, as it's the battle of the alter egos, as the Karate Man takes on Ethan Page. Now, from what Mr. Slade has told us, Ethan Page and a Karate Man are one and the same person. So I already told him this is going to be the cinematic match of the night. So I don't know.
I don't know how they're gonna do this.
So I guess he's wrestling with his own inner, like, quote unquote inner demons, I guess.
Well, basically, when they were the North, they were pretty like a very serious team. It's like the Karate Man's more like he wants to have fun and all that stuff. And of course, everyone tells him he needs to be serious. He can't be the Karate Man. So it's basically, it's a battle between, it's an inner turmoil.
Okay. So I'm going to go with Ethan Page. Just, I guess, to establish he's fought off his, like, weird side, or the side that's been haunting him. That monkey off his back.
You do know, like, whoever you pick, you're going to be right?
I know, but still. You got to say it for the fans here, dude. You got to say it for the viewers. Mo, who you got? Ethan Page or Ethan Page?
Well, I was going to say it's going to end up being like some of the other cinematic matches that we've seen where there's no clear winner. But if that doesn't happen, if it's not some BS finish like that, I'm going with the Karate Man so they can have more BS characters that show up with split personalities.
And Nick, you agree as well, the Karate Man?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Karate Man. Yeah, I got to go with that. Can't go wrong with the Karate Man.
Okay, so next up is, as far as I know, I could be wrong, Nick, the feud that just won't die, which is Eddie Edwards versus Sami Callihan in a barbed wire massacre match.
Barbed wire massacre.
I remember they've been feuding for what feels like forever now.
They are literally the modern day Tommy Dreamer Raven. This feud will always happen.
So I don't even need to know. They've been feuding forever now, and like I saw a snippet because of AEW making me watch Impact once on Tuesday nights. I saw that like even Eddie's actual wife is getting involved with it as well. So I'm gonna say, just for the sake of just ending, just Edwards win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Eddie Edwards. But have you ever seen a barbed wire massacre match?
I'm assuming barbed wire is involved.
A lot of barbed wire.
I'm
Like
assuming
basically,
barbed wire is
if you want to
involved.
watch one of the most hardcore, bloodiest matches you've ever seen, look up Abyss versus Sabu in the first barbed wire massacre.
Okay. But yeah, that's I know this feud's been going on forever, so you don't really need to give us backstory. So, Mo, who you got? Edwards or Callihan?
I'm going with Edwards. Gotta get that face win. Callihan can go mess with someone else after.
Do you agree, Nick?
Yep. Yeah, I'm going Eddie Edwards.
Okay. Next up, we have the Impact Knockout Championship on the line as Deonna Purrazzo defends it against Taya Valkyrie. I'm gonna say Deonna retains. She only just got the title back recently.
Yeah, this basically just I don't want to say filler feud, but just another feud for Deonna Purrazzo to prove herself because she recently beat Rose. She won the title back from Su Yung. She beat Rosemary at Turning Point, or was it final? Yeah, it was Final Resolution. At Final Resolution, she beat Rosemary, and so now she's facing her tag team partner Taya Valkyrie,
Right.
because Valkyrie and Rosemary eliminated her and who was it? It was Kimberly. Yeah, Kimberly from the tournament.
Okay, so yeah. Mo?
It's gonna be Deonna. I think this is more just enhancing her her legacy by facing a legend like Taya.
Okay. And do you agree? Yeah, do you agree, Deonna? So next up, we have the finals of the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championship Tournament
Belts are back.
as Kira Hogan and Tasha Steelz take on Havoc, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this right. Neve. Is that right? Neve.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Maybe
So I don't.
like
I don't know anything. I do know that they've been this tournament's going on for the last couple months, I believe.
Yeah.
And yeah. First time this I did my own bit of research. This is the first time in nearly 8 years that a new Knockouts Tag Team champions will be crowned.
Yep. Yeah, the belt's been gone for a while, unfortunately, just because the belt was going good for a little bit. Then unfortunately it entered the Hogan Bischoff era, to where and their women's roster got kind of so depleted it couldn't support a tag division anymore. But instead of like immediately getting rid of it, they gave the belt to ODB and Eric Young, had them hold it for over a year, and then decided to strip it because they realized Eric Young was a man, and then they just abandoned the title.
Okay,
so unfortunately, it didn't have a great ending. So hopefully, this new era of the title will be a lot better.
Okay, so who's the underdog in this case? Who's the tag team underdogs in this case?
It's gonna be Kira Hogan and what was the other one?
Tasha Steelz.
Tasha Steelz, because their opponents Havoc and Neva are much bigger than them and much stronger. It's really interesting that they went with this because there was some bigger names in the tournament that could have gone with the finale, but they decided to go with the two long-term legit tag teams to be in the finals of this tournament instead of going like, how other companies would do, like the bigger names.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, honestly, this is a match that could go either way. And honestly, it depends on what direction they want to go in with it. But if I had to pick who's going to win, I'm going to go with a babyface win for the new titles. So I'm going to go with Kira Hogan and Tasha Steelz.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the true underdog starting this. I'm going to go Hogan Steelz as well. Mo?
Well, I'm going the opposite direction to you guys and team Emo Nightmare.
Okay. So next up, we have our main event match, which originally was 6-man tag between Omega and the Good Brothers taking on Swann and Morrissey Machine Guns. But due to certain, I guess didn't read the official statement, but Shelley had to drop out. So in his place is somebody that has been slowly eyeing Swann's title, Moose. So now is Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega.
That's
and
right.
The Impact World Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, taking on the Impact World Champion Rich Swann, Moose, and Chris Sabin. So this is I already brought this up. This is the first time that an AEW wrestler signed fully to AEW will be competing in the Impact ring.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Good
so
Brothers. The Good Brothers did the opposite actually this past Wednesday on Dynamite.
yeah, the first Impact talent to wrestle on AEW.
AEW. So
There's
okay,
an-
so go on.
Oh, you go ahead. I'll say
Oh,
I
no.
got some thoughts for a little bit.
Okay, because I actually know this one. I actually do because I watch
Yeah, 'cause
AEW.
Because they cross over the storyline.
So it started all the way back like a week after Winter is coming, and Don Callis teased that Kenny Omega be showing on Impact. So they teased it all night on that Impact. I watched the fuck out of that episode of Impact, which was actually pretty good. That episode was actually pretty good. But eventually got to Chris Matthews talking to them. And one of the things that got brought up during it was that Swann was kind of pissed that Omega was getting all the attention, considering Swann was their brand's main world champion.
Yeah.
He was not happy about that. He hasn't been happy about that because Omega kept on showing up like week after week or every other week, and it got to a breaking point where they Swann finally confronted Omega, and they got attacked by the Good Brothers, and then the Motor City Machine Guns got involved as well, and then that's what this original match was supposed to be. But of course, we got Moose's side of the story, who wants the actual Impact World Championship now, and so that's where that factors in as well. So now the question is, who's going to walk away from this one with their hands raised? Because honestly, I think it's going to be, because I'm just going to call them Team Impact in this case.
I was going to say you should do that.
Yeah, I'm going to say Team Impact on this one. You know what's the funny thing? What's great about tag team matches, especially when you have big world champions, is that somebody else can eat a loss. You know, somebody else doesn't have to take the L. Somebody else can take the L better than somebody else. So in this case, you don't have Swann. Like, for example, if it's Swann winning for his team, you probably have Swann pinning Anderson or Gallows in this case, or you have Moose like pinning Gallows or Anderson or something like that. That protects them. You know, that protects Omega. You know, even if Team AEW wins, then it's probably gonna be Sabin that gets pinned, for example. You know, protecting Swann. So, but in my case, I'm gonna go with Team Impact for this one.
Oh man, it's gonna really go either way. I feel like, as much as I like to see the good guys win this one, they're really just establishing this new elite alliance with Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers. Well, new, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because they're really hitting dissension about the Young Bucks, like the Young Bucks don't really feel comfortable about this. So I feel like they want to keep this unit strong. And I think they really are building up Omega versus Swann title for title. So you gotta have Kenny Omega. I think you gotta have Kenny Omega get the win somehow.
Yeah.
I could honestly see Swann being pinned by Omega, so we have to see. Right. But it'll be interesting to see what Moose decides to do, because Moose also wants the title. So will he screw over Swann in order to make him weak, or will he want to ensure Omega doesn't win so Omega doesn't get ahead of him? And also, somebody from AEW might show, like John Moxley.
Yeah, that's the other thing I forgot to bring up, because in his initial Impact debut, Omega brought up how like he wants to be a title collector again.
Yeah,
because currently he has two titles. He has the AAA Mega Championship from AAA, and of course he has the AEW World Championship. So I see what your point is there, because he's wanting to become a title collector again. But that's all I got. I say Team Impact. Nick?
I'm going with the Elite.
Okay. Mo?
I'm gonna say it's Impact, but it's neither of the champions are gonna be taken out because of it. I think it's gonna be neither of the champions like lose, and it'll just lead to another pay-per-view event down the line where it's actually them 1 versus 1.
Yeah, I can see Double or Nothing. Like,
yeah, honestly, it would make sense because it's called Double or Nothing. So you're going for double titles or no titles.
And makes sense there. But so just one more heads up, guys. You may see Mo not being here for like the beginning part of this. He's picking up one of our friends from work. So he will be MIA for roughly 30-35 minutes. It depends on traffic at this time of night. But he will be gone for a tiny bit, but he will be back. More will likely be back. Oh shit. I almost forgot a match. Okay,
Oh,
but
you
he will
did?
be the X Division title match.
Oh yes. Oh, we can't forget
so
Basket was great. Yeah.
yeah, but he will be back in time for at least like the second half of Hard to Kill. So he will be gone for a bit, just to let you guys know. But quickly, we'll just quick overgo this one. Triple threat match. Manic, aka TJ Perkins, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Chris Bay and Rohit Raju. I'm going to say screw it. I'm going to say Manic. Why
Yeah.
not?
Man just got the belt from Rohit, so I think he's gonna keep it for a bit.
Oh, okay. So Rohit finally lost the title.
Yeah, he lost it at Final Resolution
Oh, okay.
because
Wait.
he was doing his challenge where he was doing open challenges.
Yeah. Then. Yeah. I
and
say.
Manic came
yeah.
out.
So I say Manic retains. Mo.
I say Raheem pulls some BS and squirrels away with the belt again.
He gets
And
the title
Nick?
back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Nick, you said
I'm
Manic
going
retains.
Manic. Yeah, Manic.
Okay.
I think they're moving up Chris Bay. He's doing a lot better
Okay.
because he had a great match with Swann recently.
So now we are done, folks. So here we go. I hope you guys enjoy this. Nick, introduce the folks what we're reacting to.
What's that?
Get them
Your voice-
going. Let them
Oh,
know.
I
Like,
can't
hey
hear
guys,
what-
let's get going. Here's our,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. Let's get ready. Let's go. Let's get this spread.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. Yeah, let's get ready. Boy, I'm back to wrestling. Hard to kill.
So enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
Finally meeting
Okay,
me.
this FBI thing. Okay, there we go. That FBI thing was like,
They want to make sure that all you people illegally streaming this will be in very, very big trouble, and you're very, very naughty. Very naughty children.
Who the fuck was? Oh, was that one of the? Was that the cousin guy?
Cousin Jake.
Yeah, I didn't want to get more into the
literally.
Callihan Edwards match because I remember the first time you showed me Bound for Glory and they had about him like some
Yeah, Callihan and Edwards are literally this generation's Raven Tommy Dreamer. That's exactly what they're going for. Sam Callihan does remind me a lot of Raven. Of course, Daddy Edwards has been Tommy Dreamer's protege. He's mini.
You know, I know he's not a big fan. I know he's not a big fan of Justin Roberts, Don Callis', but I would love if they got Justin Roberts to do Omega's intro for this.
In North Carolina. Hilarious.
I love how that's
joke.
his new thing.
Yeah, it's like the first couple times, like, why is he emphasizing North Carolina so much? I was like, that's a sneaky reference to North Carolina into every entrance. He's like, he just came from Nashville, which flew over North Carolina. He once wrestled a match in North Carolina. I like how the commentators acknowledge that, like, why is Justin Roberts doing this for Kenny Omega?
This sucks, man. This intro had Motor City all in it too.
Well, something's going on. Oh, it seems like it's an injury. Oh yeah, Swann's not happy about Moose being a... Yeah, Scott D'Amore's like, all he cares about is winning. They have to win, so of course they're gonna put Moose in there.
Yeah, they have to. Fuck.
Moose is great. Oh, I like the setup. It's like a
Jesus
video game
Christ.
promo.
I think Moose can literally bench press both Sabin and Swann at once.
Moose.
Moose.
It's like a video game promo.
Yeah.
Moose will do the
Until
job.
this was done last.
Also, Moose being on team is great because he can now, because before it was 3 high flyers against Omega and Gallows and Anderson or more.
Yeah.
So they got Moose really counter Gallows.
Yeah, we didn't even bring that up. It's a new commentary team as well. It's Match Striker and who else?
I am glad. Oh, like, yeah, I'm really glad they got Matt Striker.
I forgot they got who was the other guy? Yeah, because Matthew's been promoted to a backstage producer role.
Oh, it's gonna be. Oh, it's D'Lo Brown and Matt Striker.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, that's
D'Lo
a
Brown.
great team. I love D'Lo Brown. Yeah, people don't forget D'Lo Brown was the first Eurocontinental champion. He did it before Kurt Angle. Oh, they're calling him Decay. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's why Mo was saying Decay.
But yeah, I mentioned how with them and Abyss were Decay.
Yeah.
This is a much, like, honestly, don't mean to put Matthews under the bus, but this is a much better commentary team than what they were doing before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, why hasn't anyone gotten Matt Striker? I like how Impact basically unofficially absorbed Lucha Underground, essentially. They got most of their talent.
Yeah. Oh, I love that joke too. On speaking of Lucha, I love that joke on Dynamite. That were like their team name is Sammy Hagar. And
yeah,
Chris Jericho, he's like, what's so
Jericho's
funny?
like,
It's nothing.
He's like, why is that funny? Like, never mind.
And I wanna note something. Sofrito is not a dish, a Spanish dish. It's a seasoning base used for Hispanic dishes.
Yeah, but MGF totally knows what that is.
Yeah, I know, but like,
man, I don't know. The whole thing, I know it's a lot of people find it funny. I just sometimes find the inner circle stuff to be a little cheesy.
I don't mind. It's gotten to a point because it's it's getting close.
Yeah, yeah. Have you some recognized Caleb as a KS Caleb Conley, who has wrestled in Impact before?
Yeah.
He actually wore the Suicide costume for a little while. He portrayed Suicide, who was the original gimmick that Manic spun off from. They need to update like these different Wikipedia entries because Manic and Suicide are no longer the same character. Because another person's currently portraying Suicide right now, so they're not the same character anymore.
Yeah. You want to ask Omega what he thinks about this match?
He seems busy.
Yeah, apparently there's something off screen he's looking at. I don't know, probably like a stain or something that nobody's cleaning from.
His TV's just over there.
Probably he's probably just that focused. It was so cool of him to substitute for Mo while he's out. Such a nice guy.
Well, he's shown up on everything. He might as well show up on SRBTV, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any ring rust in there.
Speaking of which, Kenny Omega, if you want to come on the show, you're more than welcome.
Well, he's technically, dude. Don't say that in front of him. He is on the show. Look, he's right there,
He's definitely crazy.
and right here.
Christian, do not embarrass me in front of Kenny Omega.
That's why I said, don't you embarrass me in front of Kenny Omega.
Do you embarrass me in front of Kenny Omega? I apologize, Kenny. He just gets excited. Caleb Conley actually got his start around here in Florida.
Really?
Who aren't aware of it. Yeah, he wrestled in the Ball.
Hmm.
He's also
He probably got out of there before he got like absorbed by WWE.
This is a mixed tag. This is intergender tag rules. Oh, because you said intergender match. I thought you were going to talk about a singles match. You said tag team. I'm used to calling it a mixed tag
The
match.
best moment of a mixed tag match from WWE was like Extreme Rules, or Corbin did at End of Days on Becky.
Oh, want the battery to die? That would be bad. There we go. Yeah, we go.
Dude, I love that. Even Steve's like, dude, what the fuck?
Sometimes you have to be bold. You cannot be apprehensive.
It's nice to hear Matt Striker's voice again.
Yeah. He was on that dating show too, where he was one of the contestants. I forgot the name of the show, but it was pretty much to see who would marry and make impregnate the lady. I don't remember. I
The
don't pay
fact
attention to
that
reality
I
shows.
know how terrible reality shows are makes me believe you're absolutely telling me the truth.
I think it was called Love Island or something like
Oh
that.
God! Unfortunately, I hate that. Actually, I've heard of that.
Match striker.
What do you think of like Rosemary's like
Reality
new looks
show.
recently?
Contestant.
She's going for the more emo look than the demon look she used to have.
Yeah.
Opportunity created by Kaleb with Decay. Cover here. Is this enough? Referee down just to 2.
Labor of Love. Here it goes.
And has her photo taken.
Found it.
Neil is a great tactician in the ring, as you can see, right? He's taking advantage of a situation.
Yeah, the show features a woman trying to find the best potential father for her to have a child with. That was the plot of the show. That was last summer. They aired it last summer.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
See, Omega doesn't even give a fuck either. He's still on this match.
Watch out for Kaleb. Watch out for Kaleb. Whoa.
He's really focusing.
I didn't know if you want to talk about it. I talked about Mo before we got started, but did you hear about the WrestleMania announcements?
I don't think I have. No.
So they officially confirmed 37 will be back in Tampa.
Yeah.
The new logo is hilarious because they've gone from the skull and crossbones flag to just having the skull and crossbones integrated into the WrestleMania logo now. They're even selling merch for 37 now.
WrestleMania. Well, yeah, because they can't redo the one they did last year because they were
It will
doing
be 2 nights again. It will be 2 nights again.
Oh, so yeah, they're still going with the pirate logo.
Yeah, it's.
Honestly, I think it's better. Yeah, I actually like this logo better than last year's.
Then 2022's WrestleMania will be back in Dallas.
Oh, so they're not going back to California? Yeah, I wouldn't go back to California either.
Then 2023 will be in California. We'll be at the SoFi Stadium.
Maybe they'll stop being crazy by then.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 2 nights again?
Yeah, they already confirmed 37 will be 2 nights again. With apparently a crowd, according to sources. With something of a crowd.
Well, yeah, as long as they... At this point, you could have a pretty good... Especially if you're in a big stadium like that, you could have a decent-sized crowd there. If you're, especially those open-air stadiums. Woo!
Yeah, I've heard that like what Crazy Steve does before like the event starts is he like kind of like runs the ropes at the beginning so you can get a feel for like the colors, the sound, and all that.
Yeah, honestly, if you didn't know he was almost blind, you wouldn't know, would you?
No.
He's wrestling normally, but it's sad that eventually it will take his sight, unfortunately.
Yeah, that shows practice. That shows some nice some prep, really good prep.
And these 4 athletes, they have to walk back through the locker room. They have to say, hey, we set the pace for the rest of the people.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm glad for him that he's not letting this end his career. At least not at this point.
Yeah.
Honestly, we've seen people though wrestle with 1 leg, wrestle with no legs, wrestle death. So man, I haven't seen D'Lo in a while. I wonder what D'Lo's Brown's been up to.
The fuck?
I always like D'Lo Brown.
Oh, she's literally gonna take a picture of him doing a moonsault.
Well, yeah, it's kind of their gimmick right now.
That was a nice moonsault. I'll give him that.
Even though I knew exactly that was going to happen, I still laughed.
Groggy, but has enough wherewithal to get her back to the corner.
Oh, I didn't know this. D'Lo Brown's ring name is a tribute to his high school friend who passed away from cancer.
Really?
Yeah, his friend was named Darren Lewis, and they called him D. Lewis Lowe. And so he asked his friend's mother permission to call himself D'Lo Brown in tribute.
Yeah, FTR did that with their finisher. They changed it to, instead of the Goodnight Express, now it's just called Big Rig.
Called what?
Big Rig.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Making that nice save there.
Yeah, I think Natalia said she was gonna rename her move to what Brody Lee called it. It's basically the discus clothesline. He's gonna call it the I can't remember what he called it.
Damn, that had to hurt.
Yeah, D'Lo's been back with Impact since July 2019 as producer.
Okay. So this is not like entirely big news that he's on Impact.
Oh no, he's already worked behind the scenes.
Is that
He was actually last year, the TNA reunion show they were supposed to have.
Oh.
What?
Ooh. Steve Green missed it to Neil.
Yeah, I saw. But yeah, originally at last year's TNA, this was a TNA reunion show they were supposed to have WrestleMania weekend. He was supposed to team with Mr. Anderson to represent the Aces of Eights, but that show never happened, unfortunately.
Yeah. Ooh, missed him
yeah,
as
he got
well.
missed.
That's
Do
true.
you like Rosemary's new haircut?
It's different.
1, 2, 3. Yeah,
Yeah, we call it
Decay.
Decay. Steve Kenny speechless. He enjoyed that match.
As the green mist spewed into the face of Dashwood, the favor was returned into the mug of Kaleb with a K, and now as Tennille screams in the sky.
That was fine.
Let's see, Matt Striker hasn't lost his enthusiasm.
Yeah. Oh, that show you have in my hand?
What?
Yeah, I had. I apparently pulled a muscle like right here on my hand.
Your hand just turned into Rich Swann, so.
Yeah. Or you can do Roman Reigns with my hand. You can't really see it.
Don't do that again, man.
Screen.
That looks like something else. There's D'Lo.
That's such a unique Twitter handle. Asleep on the beach is Matt Striker's Twitter handle.
Yeah, D'Lo Brown's a good guy to have on color commentary. He's a veteran. He does the business.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. You can tell all they did was find an empty DVD case. Somebody get.
Well, yeah, because they haven't made it yet. They're still recording it.
With this is the final of the Knockouts Tag Team Tournament. As Hero Hogan and Thomas Steele, the newly minted Fire Flavor, take on Nevaeh, and there will be new champion crowned tonight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Manic is the best wrestler in the X division, thus is the champion. Chris Young is young and bold, and Rohit is obsessed. The triple threat.
I like Rohit. He's funny.
Yeah.
Tonight.
For a split second, I thought the guy in the riding the cowboy hat was Cowboy Bob Orton.
Well, that's Joe Doring. You ever watch any Joe Doring matches?
Yeah.
This is for you. Two of the very best athletes compete on the global stage for the Knockouts title hanging in the balance.
In a fight over no one's not even me. Tonight, Ethan Page will battle the Karate Man.
Honestly, I'm surprised at this point with all the cinematic matches, they haven't had a match where a dude wrestles himself. Oh, this is gonna be bloody. You ready for some hardcore action?
Not really. I mean,
the entire wrestling world has been talking about for weeks. Tonight we get the Good Brothers and by God Kenny Omega, the
By God, Kenny Omega.
World Champion
and by God,
versus the Impact World Champion, Rich Swann. Chris Sabin.
I do give props to Jim JR for keeping up with it's Wednesday. You know what that means.
Yeah.
Groundbreaking news that has changed everything here. And in this world, everyone has a camera now, and I understand that cameras were able to catch earlier today the Good Brothers and Don Callis and their arrival. You see Don walking in, holding the door, and that man right there is what they call the strongest Thursday drink. That's Kenny Omega. Disrespect our long-time friend Brian Allen. There's the Good Brothers.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You know, at least our Hurt Business just go this bullied him like verbally majority of the time. He's knocked him in the nuts.
Yeah, Joe Doran's an Impact's a. I know it's not a really big deal to people who don't follow Japanese wrestling, but he's a big deal.
Okay, no, I believe you. What was this match called again?
Old Schools match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the top title in All Japan Pro Wrestling is called the Triple Crown Heavyweight title. Joe Doran's a two-time champion.
Oh, wow.
He's also a former All Japan Tag Team champion. Not only the Great Muta, Kono, and Sawama, but also with Sonata. He and Sonata were a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's literally one of the best guys in, from All Japan. Yeah, he had made some appearances in TNA back in the day. That was before he became who he was in All Japan. Eric Young turned Diener to the dark side. He made him turn on his own cousin, Kristen.
Ah, darn.
Family betraying family in professional wrestling.
How could they do that?
And this one here is going to have seismic ramifications moving forward. Look at those faces, look at those names, and think about what they're capable of.
Yeah, so Kristen, will this be the first time you've seen Joe Doring in a match?
Yes, obviously, because I have no idea who Joe Doring is until you told me.
Yeah, I know that a lot of people who follow Japanese wrestling may follow New Japan. He's a big dude.
Violent by Design. That's a cool name. I like that. It's a clever name.
He's basically kind of recreating Sanity, but in a way it should have been.
Right. Most positive thing I can say right now, being back at my father's place, the internet's not like wonky on me.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's not wonky on me. Get in line. Well, at least cut in line for Retribution.
Yeah, at least these guys are being booked better than Retribution.
Retribution.
Yeah, they have no idea what they're doing with Retribution because they were brought in as his game-changing invading force, and now they occasionally get wins over mid-carders. So.
Their opponents first, from Yonkers, New York, Dreamer. I don't think there's anyone in sports that has done what Tommy has done for 30 years at such a high level. He's given so much to this sport, and he continues to do it, picking his partners, fighting for what's right. And the man that's about to come out next.
I always liked that Tommy always wears the polka dots on our Dusty Roads.
Yeah.
Cousin Jake. I want a compound.
Yeah. We have White compound, Hardy compound, Diener compound.
I'd call it Castle Slade, though. Gore! Gore! Gore!
Rhino looks in good shape.
Yeah.
So much blood is kind of sharing the locker room, and the history between Rhino and Tommy Dreamer is long. The ECW locker room helped change this sport, and now change is coming again. It's not lost on me with Rhino and Tommy Dreamer, and the fact that they're here tonight in this match is incredibly important.
Without a doubt, Rhino and Tommy are definitely not by blood, like you said. They are chosen.
Do you want to ask Kenny who he thinks is going to win this match?
They are. Look at this. It looks like Jake and Diener are.
You ask him.
I don't want to ask him. You ask him.
Ask him. Look at that focus. Do you want to interrupt that focus? Do you want to be the guy who interrupts Kenny Omega's focus?
Rock, paper,
You want to
scissors?
throw off the cleaner's
Rock,
groove?
paper, scissors? Rock, paper,
What?
scissors, shoot. You have to tell him. Ask him.
Mr. Cleaner, sir, what do you think of this match? Brilliant opposition is always Kenny.
It's a good response. Maybe usually has a good response.
It's hard to even comprehend what Diener has gone through. It seems like Eric Young has called over the top. Wow!
Yeah, I guess Heath Slater's still injured.
Oh yeah, I feel like he's gonna be injured all on the show for a bit.
Yeah, so...
Man, did you hear how he described his injury he got?
I don't think I did.
He framed on like a podcast afterwards. It sounded like, it sounded hurt really hard.
Yeah, it's a good thing though they had a contingency plan, unintended contingency plan, because the thing was if either won the match, Heath would get the job. So because Heath was supposed to win the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
So I guess they're gonna have to wait for Rhino to cash in his title opportunity. He might wait for Heath to come back or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's cashed in that in yet, actually. Because by winning that, he got the right to challenge for any title.
Right. Whoa! Picture in picture in picture in picture for that brief second.
I've always been a big Rhino fan.
Yeah. The only thing I hate about having this brace on is that I really need to itch my arm. I don't have anything small enough to get in there to itch it.
Tommy Dreamer, we mentioned 30 years of service. Eric Young, over 20 years of service. Half of his life, 25 titles. Eric Young hates the fact that
25 titles? Really?
no one ever gives
Who?
the guy the credit.
Eric Young, like over 25 titles he's won.
Yeah, that sounds right. Hold on. He's won a lot of titles. Yeah, and in TNA Impact alone, he had 2 NWA World Tag titles, 3-time TNA Legend / Global / TV / King of the Mountain champion, 1-time Knockouts Tag champion, 2-time TNA Tag champion, 2-time World champion, 1-time X Division champion, and they might be counting other promotions as well.
Right.
And of course, if you do want to count the unofficial TNA World Beer Drinking Championship.
Sure.
and he celebrates the
Well, there was an actual title for that, so.
everything, and yes, he pays respect to everyone who's come before him.
Honestly, D'Lo, for me, those names and more, we will never forget you for what you have given.
So yeah, we count this up. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Ooh!
So yeah, 11 of those titles were in Impact. Ooh, yeah. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, they have to be counting the beer drinking title, guys. Counted up all the titles.
What? Without the beer one is 24.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Look at this. Tommy has never backed down. Tommy has gone to war with guys like Mike Austin, rest his soul. He's gone to war with big men before.
I love that D'Lo Spot is the first person ever to ask, why is all this stuff into the ring?
25 plus years of Rhino, 30 years of Tommy Dreamer.
Be fair, sometimes there's a little person under there, the portal to hell, another little person,
Yeah, they're counting
5
all the titles they've ever
tables.
held.
Cast members of Saturday Night Live are under there sometimes.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about watching non-WWE is that they like to acknowledge there's other promotions outside of them.
Yeah.
Like WWE will occasionally mention the fact there's other people other than them.
Yeah, they like on their Instagram they mentioned how Adam Pearce was a former NWA champion.
Oh yeah, they'll mention it on social media, but not on TV a lot.
How many people make Dreamer look small?
Yo, that's a hard thing to do, but when you're 6'7",
Oh, god damn it.
And Eric Young's always been good at selling stuff.
That was just nice timing on that one.
Tommy still got it.
Our heroes are down, our villains are standing tall.
Man, Eric Young took Cody Deaner and made him like a comedy hillbilly guy into like a dangerous psychopath.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric Young is also a 7th Impact Triple Crown champion and the 4th Grand Slam champion.
Yeah.
Although since the Legends Global TV King of the Mountain title and the Grand title are retired, the only way you can become a Grand Slam champion is to be a former one of those titles. Ooh. Yeah, I guess they decided since the X-Division title doesn't have weight limits, there's no real point in having 2 mid-card titles.
Mm-hmm.
Cousin Jacob on the second rope, on the top rope, fighting back.
Do you think they would have enough to of a roster, like a roster and a cruiserweights, to do a I don't know what was it like a X-Division tag titles?
Maybe, but I don't see a point in that. Never been a fan of the idea of weight limit tag titles. I mean, I guess it makes sense in New Japan because they really enforce that shit.
Okay, I really need.
I knew there were rumors going around. They were trying to actually make 205 Live a separate brand of cruiserweight tag titles, which WCW actually did create a cruiserweight tag titles, but it was retired immediately after WCW closed. And there was only 2 teams that held it. It was the second team winning it on the last episode of Nitro. Man, Rhino's been around since 1995.
He looks good for a guy in his easily late 40s.
He's 45.
Mid 40s. I stand corrected.
Yep, former
Did
ECW
you hear that?
World Champion.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I'm gonna say he's a former ECW and NWA World Champion.
Did you hear? Apparently, on a podcast, some veteran ECW guys were talking about one of the crazy ideas they had for keeping ECW alive, and it was like doing a reality show, like behind-the-scenes style reality show.
That definitely would have been kind of ahead of its time.
Yeah.
ECW basically died because mismanagement, money, and the fact that
Heyman.
TNN turned their backs on him.
And Heyman.
Yeah, once they lost that TV deal, it was basically the inevitable.
Yeah, it was bombs up. Ooh.
He is still human, and flesh will never budge against steel.
Well, Steel's always going to win that battle.
See over Joe Dory's shoulder. Tommy Dreamer still stirring. Referee checking on Dreamer. This six-man tag team match.
So if they go back to pay-per-views as normal, the next Impact pay-per-view should be Rebellion.
Oh boy, thumbtacks.
Yeah, because past year they had to make Rebellion a 2-part Impact special.
Yeah.
Oh, bionic elbow!
Do it, do it, do it. Nope.
Oh, I didn't even notice the headband. That was a Terry Funk thing.
Ooh. Hey.
Oh, has anyone checked today to see if Terry Funk is retired or not? Yeah, that seems to be changing all the time. Ooh, gore! Gore! Gore!
Uniman!
Ooh, swinging DDT.
It didn't really. Eric landed on his lower back on the thumbtacks. Ooh. That was a really well done flatliner.
He hit him with the mask. Pile driver. Pile driver. It's over. 1, 2, 3. Team Young wins.
Fun little hardcore match.
Yeah.
There was actually some good spots in there.
Yeah, I don't think they wanted to go too much because they're about to have a barbed wire massacre later in the night.
Yeah, and that thumbtack spot was a bit off because he didn't really get any thumbtacks on his back. It was like it hit more of his trunks area. Yeah, some really good spots, and yeah, how do you say his last name? Is it Doring or Daring?
Doring.
Doring. Doring had some really good spots in this match too.
Yeah, dude's badass. Look up some of his All Japan matches.
Yeah.
Who did he beat for those titles? He beat Suwama for both titles. Suwama is also another All Japan legend.
Mm.
Actually, Suwama's still the current champion right now for All Japan in his 7th reign.
Don't go out there, don't take it to the club. Don't go out there, don't kick their ass. Just like I said before,
we go. You know what, man?
take off this frustration.
Focus. Yeah.
You have to do
in here.
13.
13.
You expect me to trust you after everything you did throughout the past couple weeks? You expect me to trust you? Let me tell you something. Moose. Once we found out that Alex Shelley couldn't make this match,
You want to know who would have been right
on
by
our
my
side,
side?
back. But you took him out. And you
That's why, and there's the reason why it wasn't Willie Mack, because Willie Mack's still recovering from their match at Genesis.
Yeah, that was I Quit match.
Yeah, I saw how they did that match.
Tell you guys something about me. Most of you by now know
Like how Willie Mack technically won the match.
Yeah.
Football games. Guys, I did not want hell. Some of those guys are just
God damn it, my hand. Ooh,
I would die for them. And one thing I'm not going to do is let this outside come in my company and disrespect it. Sabin, you've been here from the very beginning. Rich, Impact World Champion, and I'm Mr. Impact Wrestling. And Rich, last week, he said it best. we're gonna kick their ass all night.
Dude,
long.
in the history of ever, did you ever think you'd be getting Kenny Omega versus Moose?
Maybe someday.
Dude, that is just weird to say. I mean, it's cool,
Oh,
but it's just
and-
weird to say.
Did you see who won the Super? Because the other thing they did for that show was the Super X Cup.
What was that?
Did you see who won the Super X Cup on Genesis?
No, I believe I heard, but I don't remember.
It was Ace Austin, which is the right choice.
Cool.
Yeah, Ace Austin's definitely a future world champion in Impact. People were surprised they didn't go ahead and pull the trigger on that at Slammiversary. But they decided to go with Eddie Edwards and Eric Young. I'm sure Ace Austin will get there eventually. He's still a young guy. He's only 23 years old. Havoc's the former Impact Knockouts champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, she and Awesome Kong had a really good cage match. They never had a rematch though.
Speaking of tag title tournaments, are you psyched for the first Dusty Women's Tag Team Classic?
Here are my thoughts on that. I think it's a good idea to have a women's tag tournament. I just think it should be at the exact same time as the men's tag team tournament. I think there should be a different point of the year so it can get its own focus and not have the two tournaments attention for both tournaments divided. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of like multiple tournaments happening simultaneously because it kind of, especially when they're both under the same label. And my thing is, I feel like I get like Dusty Rhodes deserves all the tributes in the world. I think this is a missed opportunity to honor another legend. Like calling it like some, I don't know, Sherry Martel Tag Team Classic or something. So I get Dusty Rhodes was important to everyone backstage. Yeah, essentially the two legit tag teams made it to the finals, which is like, that's nice for once. It actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, those belts look nice. Look at those. They look like roses.
I love a belt mark. Belt mark. Omega's a belt mark, right, Kenny? Yeah, he agrees.
He likes collecting belts.
Yeah, he's a belt mark too.
He's so quiet, I forgot that he was there.
Yeah, man, he's been focused. I attention span's not great on some wrestling sometimes.
Fire and flavor.
I love how they have to reiterate this pay-per-view is still continuing, folks. Like, they're going 5 minutes, they're going, unfortunately, folks, we have to cancel the rest of the pay-per-view. Sorry.
I like that Kira Hogan's Twitter handle is Hogan Knows Best.
Nice. Honestly, for the men's Dusty, I really would love Maverick and Dane to win.
As much as I really love Maverick and Dane, I think it's time for the grizzled young veterans.
I know.
They've been booked so strong since they came back.
I know, but I would love. What'd you think of what is it? Not the Rascals debut.
I didn't realize it was the Rascals until I really paid attention, and that was because I didn't realize how they changed their names. Which again, their WWE names suck compared to their original names.
Oh, but they mentioned their old name too. Vic Joseph called them a bunch of rascals.
Yeah.
I'm like, I did the Family Guy Peter Griffin meme. He said it. He said it. He said it.
Yeah.
I know my brain says probably GYV, but my heart says Dane and Maverick.
They're the odds-on favorite to win these championships tonight.
I'm also enraptured with both of them as well. It's almost something eerily beautiful. It's almost like watching a hurricane from the safety of your own bedroom, you know?
It's something, it draws you in. You know it's dangerous. You know it's going to hurt you, but you still are are just enjoying what you're seeing.
Kira and Tasha are very chatty, so a lot of the natural sounds.
Here we go.
Here we go. Smart strategy there.
Finally, I'm glad they finally brought these belts back. It's been way too long.
Oh yeah.
Because honestly, people do not remember, I guess, how Impact Wrestling, TNA, were the ones who really brought women's wrestling back to prominence in the United States.
Yeah.
They were the start of the women's revolution. I know Stephanie McMahon likes to pretend she did it.
Yeah, let's never forget that Stephanie McMahon brought women's wrestling to the forefront of pro wrestling.
And it really only started with WWE when AJ Lee called her out on her bullshit on Twitter.
I laugh at that and watched the Gargano versus LeRae indie match. That was really good.
Don't you mean indie wrestling?
I support indie wrestling. Do you support indie wrestling?
When he said that, I was like, "That's so cheesy." I still fucking.
I just
The
love
whole
it.
Gargano Christmas thing.
Okay, does it bug you? They're not called the stable is not called the Gargano way.
No.
Does it bug you? Because it bugs me. It really bugs me.
That's
They
too long.
talked about the Gargano way for so fucking long, and they just go, "Oh, we're the way." I'm like, "Fuck you."
They are the way.
No, there's only one the way, and he's in a Star Wars show I really like.
This is the way.
I just felt like it should have just been called the
Yeah,
Gargano
I
way.
recently finished Mandalorian. My God, that last episode.
Mandalorian. Yeah, I'll avoid spoilers.
Has it been long? Has it been long enough for spoilers? I don't know.
No, don't. All I will say is I'm just happy we're going for the next few months. I mean, for the next season of both that and the Boba Fett show.
Yeah, so this year we're gonna get Boba Fett, and then next in 2022 we're gonna get Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah, they said once they're done production on Boba Fett, then they're gonna jump into Mando season 3.
Yeah, so the people complain that there's plenty of directions they can still go with Mando.
I know out of all the Star Wars series they announced at that Investor Day thing, I know the one I'm psyched for the most is what was it? Ahsoka.
Yeah.
That one I'm psyched for.
I did see
like,
that Liam Neeson wants to come back as Qui-Gon in the Obi-Wan series.
I mean, he can come back as a ghost spirit.
Yeah, because fun fact, he was actually supposed to be in Revenge of the Sith as a Force ghost.
Really?
But his scene had to be cut because he got into a motorcycle accident.
Damn.
But
No,
if you notice when Obi-Wan and Yoda, basically Yoda hints to Obi-Wan about learning to become Force ghost, Obi-Wan kind of turns. That was supposed to be where Qui-Gon was supposed to be.
Right.
So yeah, actually, it'd be really cool to see Qui-Gon teaching Obi-Wan how to do it.
Yeah, I can see him showing up in the Obi-Wan series. I mean, shit, they're getting Hayden Christensen back as Vader.
Yeah.
Which with proper writing, I think this will be Hayden Christensen's best performance as Vader.
Yeah, I think he just mainly suffered from bad writing in the prequels.
Yeah, it was a redemption arc for Christensen.
And ref, pay attention.
How do you not notice her like grabbing that leg and putting up into a pinning position?
The referees, Kristen, you have to be partially blind to be a referee.
Oh yeah.
That's true across all sports.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna start watching tomorrow. We're gonna start watching WandaVision.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a couple of weeks.
Apparently,
maybe.
it's gonna have the same thing as Mandalorian, where it's not gonna have consistent run times for each episode. Because apparently, the series premiere episode is only like 30 minutes.
That's fine, honestly. The only reason why episodes always had to have consistent length was because of TV time.
Yeah, that's how I looked at it. That's how I defend it.
Yeah,
But yeah, we're gonna watch.
service. You can make how long ever you want them to be.
Yeah, we're gonna start watching that tomorrow, and then we just started watching. Oh shit!
Ooh,
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I'm just finally glad that Phase 4 is finally starting.
Yeah. Sorry, what was I gonna say?
It was supposed to start back in May.
Yeah.
Black Widow.
And right now we started reacting to the Umbrella Academy, which series 4 episodes definitely very interesting. Not what me and him expected.
Did you ever read the comic?
I wanted to before the world was set on fire. We had 2 of the volumes available in the library I was working at. I never got around to reading them.
The show is it's not the same as the comic, and honestly, based on all I've heard, the comic seems like it's better.
And that's what I've heard. That's why the reasons I'm not watching that American Gods show, because I read the book and I actually enjoyed the book a bit more. You know, watching that, then we're also watching the Animaniacs reboot, which I liked it. Me and him liked it. The premiere was good.
It's a watered down Animaniacs.
Ooh.
Honestly, at this point, anytime that I hear they're gonna revive a '90s cartoon, I always brace for the worst.
It was good. The premiere, like I said, the premiere was good. They even, of course, their ending song for the episode was them making fun of reboots, including themselves.
Did you hear about?
Oh, here we go. Big old trio spot.
Oh, gosh, he's holding both of them up. Oh,
God damn. What about the female wrestler who twerked her way into a Battle Royale match? Is she powerful?
She's not in the company anymore because she left with Rob Van Dam.
I just realized they started adding can crowds right now. We've been talking so much over it, I forgot they added can crowd noise.
Which is fine. It sounds more natural than WWE's.
The story here for me has been the strength of Havoc. We have so many instances in this match where she has just been dominant. Absolutely game-changing.
Yeah, Impact Wrestling's had the money to put a bunch of freaking screens on some stands.
Yeah.
Man, I'm hoping we can actually have real people in WWE crowds, at least by February.
Yeah.
Man.
Ooh.
Oh, and when you watch SmackDown, Cesaro versus Daniel Bryan was really good.
It's Cesaro versus Daniel Bryan. I am not surprised.
And also, I don't think it's not sports. There, Shinsuke Nakamura is being pushed to the face.
Dude, we got Nakamura Bryan during that gauntlet match, and that was fucking the best 5 minutes.
Shinsuke Nakamura now has his original theme music.
Yeah, he's a face again.
Yeah.
That should tell you he's a face again. Still my
They're hinting some stuff with Cesaro though about Nakamura.
I don't mind Nakamura being face again. It doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah, honestly, he's won most of his titles as a heel.
Ooh,
I want Nakamura to be a freaking world champion, damn it.
I'm going to be a world champion, and I want my main event rematch between Styles and Nakamura. And done proper this time.
Yeah, they did it. We've been on a roll, Kristen.
Oh, my predictions? Whatever. I don't know. Basic wrestling logic comes into play. I don't know. It's not like WWE. We're out of nowhere. They go with we're just gonna get to the other guy.
Gail Kim, Master Rain are gonna present the belts.
That's nice.
Man, they both still look good.
Yo, Kim, hell yeah. Fuck, with how powerful of a cook her husband is.
I'm insanely jealous of that cook, and not because he has money.
Dude, it's that Robert Irvine dude, that dude from that Food Network Kitchen is Possible, where he gets pissed off at people and rebuilds their ship in 24 hours. Yeah, he showed up on an episode on Bound for Glory once.
Yeah, I know. That was like, I think that was the year she retired.
Yeah, it was Kim Kong.
I want to know how Josh Matthews got Madison Rain.
I don't know. At least he's not on commentary anymore.
Yes, Josh Matthews has come from a place of jealousy. I'm a grown man enough to admit that.
Yeah, that was a good match. It was a nice out of nowhere victory for them. I'll give it that.
Look, we told you we'd figure something out about our Dashwood problem, didn't we?
Did they ever figure out who killed that guy?
Yes.
Who was it?
Was, I don't remember who it was.
Was it the Denver Broncos?
Hold on a second.
No, I know I can defeat Jennifer. I know that I can become a two-time knockout champion.
She was the longest reigning knockouts champion.
Yeah.
Here, Valkyrie. It's the little cronies she'll have at ringside that can use
Yes. Sorry, I'm keeping up because of my time at my mom's place with her fiance. I'm his football buddy. I've been keeping up with the NFL scores because they're in the playoffs right now. And the last remaining New Year team just made it to the next round, which is awesome.
Oh, dude, no.
What was that? I missed it. Sorry. I looked at my phone.
It's a dude from Triple XL.
Oh.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about championships here tonight as we make history in Impact Wrestling. I think the X Division title is one that a lot of people can say has helped to change and revolutionize the sport. The best athletes in the world are in the X Division. Absolutely, it's one of the most unique championships.
Yeah, it was Larry D from Triple XL because he was jealous because he was in love with Rosemary. I can send you like the play-by-play of what happened.
Hold on a sec.
Ace Austin.
Of course.
The Super
Ace
X
Austin.
winner.
Now, since my
Boy.
interview on the countdown panel earlier got cut a little short, I'm going to say what's on my mind now.
Dude, that trophy looks... You know what? Never mind. You know what? That trophy looks better than the Women's Battle Royale tournament trophy.
You mean the Hyman?
Yes, the Hyman trophy.
The best use of Ace Austin's time on a night like this is to sit on a countdown panel and talk about
It's a fine-looking trophy.
No, that's what I was saying. It's better than the Hyman trophy. At least looks better than the Hyman trophy.
1 week ago, I went through 3 other men to become the 2021 Super X Cup champion. And now tonight, I'm going to go through 3 more men to become the X Division champion once again.
Oh!
Make it happen. I'm the #1 contender, and you can't tell me otherwise.
He wants himself inserted into the extra title match.
Oh, he wants to make it a fatal 4-way
Come
now.
on. Where's Scott? Where's Scott? Does he have music? Get his music if he does. Come on.
His music.
There he is. There he is. Let's get this show on the road.
Coach of Team Canada.
Look, Ace, I'll be honest, I appreciate your passion. I do. Last Saturday, I walked down this ramp, got right in the ring, shook your hand, you won the Super X Cup. Because you're good, you're damn good.
But
And look, the way you're going about this is right. This isn't the way you should have came to my office, you should have knocked on the door, you should have tried to talk to me. But you bypass, you know, you're young, you're excited, you're eager. I get that.
hey, look who's back.
You're a great athlete. Superstar here in Impact.
You want to catch?
I'll catch him up. Give me a sec.
Fact is,
Alright, he's only missed 3 matches.
title match. That's both Sam.
That's like half the pay-per-view, isn't it?
I see you're here,
Yeah.
see you all geared up, and I see you're ready. So for you right now, I got a special opponent, and he's always ready. Holy, what the hell?
Hey, look who it is. It's
Matt
Matt
Cardona.
Cardona.
Okay.
They
It's
got
Matt
Zack Ryder.
Cardona. He lied on the Talking Shop podcast. One of the reasons he didn't want to be on Impact because he was tired of having to team up with Ryan Myers. Yeah.
Well, he's a free agent, so yeah, and his thing with AEW expired a while ago.
Cool.
Yeah. I hope it sticks around for a while. This is a great gift for Impact.
That's pretty cool.
Alright, this should be fun. Man, God, look how big Fulton is. He dwarfs
And
Ace Austin.
Kenny's still giving that like Vegeta and Dragon Ball when Goku fights look, just completely focused. Not surprised at all that Cardona is here.
This is a fun surprise.
Yeah. As soon as he came out is when I realized it was Cardona.
I didn't recognize the symbol at first.
Man, I really want to follow his. I really want to start listening to his podcast about wrestling. Him with Myers about the wrestling figures.
Whoa! Oh! Oh!
Very nice.
I always liked his WWE theme music though.
It's really hard. Yeah.
Man, God, if I made a top 10 list of wrestlers WWE dropped the fucking ball on, you gotta have Zack Ryder on there.
Yeah.
How dare you get popular without our permission?
Be on! Get
600
destroyed by John Cena.
Yeah, have John Cena, the good guy, commit adultery and steal your girlfriend and do nothing to help you when Kane attacks you.
Ooh.
There were a number of times where I was like, are you sure John Cena's a good guy?
It's nice too, Cena hasn't come back since the Funhouse match.
He's been busy.
I mean, kayfabe wise, White, he hasn't come back.
So did you watch Raw this past Monday?
I did watch Raw this past Monday.
What do you think of that fireball?
I'm like, okay,
no
cool. Better than Hogan's. No, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good spot, Dan.
Number one, it's nice seeing Triple H.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, when he came back and his sledgehammer was on fire, he was like, what the hell?
I thought that was impressive.
I thought
Okay,
I like that Wyatt is like, I don't care about your personal feud. I freaking want to kill you.
So Decay won against Dashwood and Caleb when both both Rosemary and Crazy Steve used Green Mist on Dashwood and Caleb to win. The Team Heel in the 6-man Old School Rules match, tag team match. The Heels won that. Yeah. Young one by pile driving cousin Jake. Hogan and Steels won the Knockouts Women's Tag Team Championships. Distracted Havoc long enough to pull a finisher on the other guy.
Nevia.
By disqualification, nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
and the Super X Division Cup tournament winner came out asking to be added to the X Division Championship match. Scott D'Amore came out and said, you know what, I got something else for you, and then Matt Cardona showed up. And that's it.
Yeah, still awesome. Awesome debut.
Yeah, and you're fully caught up.
It'll be interesting if he runs into Brian Myers. Brian Myers is wrestling.
Yeah.
Didn't Brian Myers debut at one of the pay-per-views?
Yeah, I don't remember.
He had been in TNA before. I'm trying to remember when he came back.
No, I mean like this most.
Oh yeah. He showed up at Slammiversary. Yeah. So you guys, TJP has been Manic before. Look at them tats.
pull that stupid mask off and prove to the world that's TJP's, I'm certain they're just going to hand you back the title.
Oh yeah, TJP originally couldn't challenge for the belt again because he lost.
So he pulled a Mr. America.
To WrestleMania. So maybe
Oh, we're making that reference.
Hey, look, that's the only reference that comes to mind on stupid on that stuff.
Well, yeah, because Rohit's challenge was he'd have an open challenge, but if you couldn't take the belt from him, you could never challenge him again for the title. So TJP went back to being Manic.
Oh, Bay that's clever. Bay tricked Rohit into hitting him.
Hey, Rohit, what are you doing there? Oh, we was having a conversation after my victory against Manic. Thanks for the assist, by the way. Now, it's like your match at Hard to Kill, the Exhibition Championship, has been finessed into a triple threat.
Bay got his way into the match. This should be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bay and Rohit have been two of the highlights of like the current generation of the X Division.
Yeah.
Of course, TJP is good. The inaugural NXT Cruiserweight Champion.
And hard hitters in this industry. I am so looking forward to this match.
All right, well, good things come to those who are ready, so let's kick it off.
Should be good.
Glad I could come in on this one.
Oh, we also mentioned too, they changed up the commentary team. It's now Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown.
I had heard about that before this had started. That's an interesting combination.
It's a good combo, yeah. Matt Striker's good play-by-play guy, and D'Lo Brown's a veteran of the sport.
Well, Matt Striker, I know he was, when he was doing commentary in WWE, he was more of, like he knows his stuff. So when he's talking and he's talking about, he's coming from a place of knowledge and expertise.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it didn't work out I think he like rubbed the wrong people the wrong way. So he was made out to
Actually,
look foolish. And
do you know what really got him in trouble?
it was
When he was
something
doing
involving
commentary.
Kane, wasn't it?
No, when he was doing commentary for the Royal Rumble, Kevin Nash showed up as a special entrant, and he blurred out. He said, "Holy shit, it's Diesel." He said shit. So, like, he legit did not know that Kevin Nash was coming out, so he actually marked out. He said, "Holy shit, it's Diesel," and they're like, "You can't say that." But yeah, and after that he became basically the English commentator for AAA, and then by proxy Lucha Underground. And I'm glad he's back on TV now. He's a good commentator.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rohit Raju is poised, as is Chris Bay. Now let's meet the champion.
I kind of like how it sounds like superhero music a bit. I don't know. Kind of looks like TGP has all his tattoos in the exact spots.
Well, I mean,
his
that
colors
outfit, yeah, the colors are like, isn't TJP Filipino?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure those are like the Filipino colors.
You guys looking too deep in this. We don't know who this mystery man is. Could be anybody.
Yeah, Kenny knows, and he hasn't said a word.
I think we're getting a word out of Kenny.
I know, he's been so quiet this entire time. Very focused.
Because you made things awkward, Kristen. Now
you made things awkward.
You
We're
made
rock,
things
paper,
awkward.
scissors. We're play rock, paper, scissors. You made things awkward.
That was your idea.
No, that was your idea.
It's on camera, Kristen.
No, Kenny will back me up.
I'm glad you guys were making things so awkward while I was gone.
You're welcome.
It was Chris's fault.
Nice. Nick started.
You see what happens when you leave, Mo? Things just go into chaos.
I should leave more often then.
I should leave.
which is more than likely a way we get a pin.
There we go. Whoop. Do you guys know the origins of the Manic character?
No, I do not.
Seems like
Okay.
it's some kind of like knockoff of Suicide.
Well, basically what happened was they needed somebody new to play Suicide because, you know, originally it was Kazarian and Daniels filled the role for a bit while Kazarian was injured.
Yeah.
And so TJP became the latest person to wear the outfit. But since some censors were concerned about the name Suicide, they
Rightfully
decided
so.
to rebrand the character as Manic. But then they decided to completely redesign the costume, and TJP made the character his own. Which to the point was, it's not even really the same. It's not the same character anymore. And then when he joined James Storm's stable, The Revolution, he kind of became like a Peter Parker type person, where he'd take the mask on and off. Like, I remember when he first took the mask off, I was like, "What are you doing?" Yeah, he became like a follower of James Storm. At that point, I stopped considering the Manic character the same character as Suicide.
Well,
Especially
wasn't
now,
it
because
not
somebody
too
else
long
right
ago
now is.
that- I was gonna say, and I'm pretty sure you were just about to mention it, that someone else is Suicide right now.
Someone else is Suicide right now. Yeah. And originally at last year's TNA reunion show, Manic and Suicide were going to team up together. I don't know who was supposed to be on suit at the time. Actually, I can't find anywhere who's in the suit right now.
Well, isn't that kind of a thing where it's like you're not gonna know who's in the suit until
They're done.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, the last.
That was a
The
mouthful.
last person to do it. Last person to do it was Caleb Conley.
For years, when masked wrestlers come on the scene, announcers talk about how hard it is to breathe. And I think now more than ever, all of us can understand what masked wrestlers are going through. Yeah. I see people walk out of the stores who they rip their mask off. They suck in the air. Now, of course, Manic's mouth is exposed. His nose is covered. It makes it very difficult. And I think it's something now we can all
We can all get it because we're all used to wearing masks now. But imagine wrestling 25, 20 minutes in a hot building. And doing that with someone else beating on you and still trying to breathe. It is a very difficult prospect.
Come on.
It's like
Someone else could learn. I love D'Lo Brown's like, it could be anyone. Yeah, I'm really glad they got D'Lo Brown on the commentary. I've always liked D'Lo Brown.
I would like to see Manic do the lowdown on either one of these guys, and then D'Lo's just like, you see, nobody else would be doing that move. Can't be TJP.
And he starts doing the signature D'Lo head bop thing.
Oh, he's
see, look, he's clearly a fan of me.
Clearly, me, D'Lo. I'm in that ring right now.
Guys like TJP and Manic, they're students of the game, but look at Rohit. Why do you keep branching them together and lumping TJP and Manic together? It is Manic. Fair enough, but it is Rohit now trying to modify Fujiwara armbar. Manic.
Telling him Man's like got Chris Bay trapped while he's taking out Rohit.
You are in trouble.
Did you notice on that back suplex there, the legs were still locked so that inflicted damage on Chris Bay's legs.
Here we go now. Manic, the champion, brings himself so smoothly to his feet, assessing the situation. Now Manic on the move. Look at him.
The thing about Manic is, again, I say this, there is no wasted motion. Everything he does is intent.
Ooh, that was a nice elbow.
Free kill. And now Chris Bay has an opportunity. The ring is all his, but he needs to get one. Wrestler back in the ring and presses shoulders to the mat for a 3 count. And Bay will attempt to do it any way he knows how. Chris Bay on display. Rohit Raju taking advantage of what's been presented.
Ooh.
I was just about to say he's going to end poorly for somebody.
So, you know, we've been singing the praises of Manic and Chris Bay, but at the end of the day, Rohit may be the best fighter in this match. It's still pro wrestling, but Rohit may be the best fighter.
He's the best scrapper of all of them. He's Manic is a technical wrestler. Bay is a high flyer. Rohit is right there in the middle, a combination of both of them.
Fireman's carry now. Rohit trying to fight out. Rohit's going for the mask. He's going to prove to the world who is under the mask of Manic.
If he gets that mask off, he's going to show everybody. I don't know who he's going to.
Oh my God, it's Karate Man.
Yeah, no shit. That's what happens.
Oh no!
He has another mask underneath. He pulled a Rey Mysterio. He has another mask underneath.
He's got face paint on.
He has a mask.
Who is it?
He's wearing face paint.
What? Are you fucking kidding me?
We don't know. We don't know.
It's face paint, man. There could be anybody under there.
Yeah, screen goes black. Sorry, what I was saying before was screen goes black. It pops up, and it's somebody completely different.
Oh!
Ooh.
Nice!
Manic still on his feet. He realizes the situation. The intensity.
Oh! Yeah, Chris
Nice.
Bay's good.
Art of the finesse. Look what Bay went to do. He went to cover the champion. So there be no excuses. Wow.
Yeah, Bay's last one's extra time didn't last very long. He
Yeah.
won at Slamversary, then he lost it like 27 days later.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took it from him in a three-way match.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to speak because it's just so darn exciting.
And the action here is intense and off the charts. I don't think I've seen a cutter like that in a long time.
Man, you know, the Impact Wrestling can still deliver some great X Division action.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone else complaining like they're like, oh, we don't know who any of these people are on the roster. So that's the point. It's like, you gotta build up the future.
Yeah.
It is all he's working for. He is intent on regaining that title.
Let me ask you, what does the international experience do for Chris Bay? We've been talking about it all night. There's an international flavor here. Our main event is really going to see it. Chris Bay has international experience and exposure. Now, what does that do for him?
When you travel around the world and you compete in different rings, it gives you more confidence. If you can compete not only just here but abroad, it allows you to gain that confidence. And that's, quite frankly,
Ooh. Ooh.
That seemed like a Frankensteiner into a knee.
Yeah.
Woo!
Nice. That's fucking TJP's signature move.
Well, you know who else has that move? CM Punk.
Good
Think
point.
about that, did you?
Yeah, for all you know, that's CM Punk in there, Kristen.
I like covering on the chest because I want them to.
I just, you know what? I would have just loved the mask and her mask thing. The makeup thing, I don't know, bugging me. It's like, dude, seriously? It's like if Batman took off the mask, but he had a bunch of makeup on. It's still fucking Bruce Wayne, you know?
He does wear makeup under his mask. I think he mixes the thing around his eyes black.
But my point is, you can still recognize with the mask off that it's Bruce fucking Wayne. It hasn't taken me out of the match. I'm just curious. Everybody's like, who is it still? I'm like, really?
Come on. Well, we all know who it is, but we're just not saying anything.
Yeah.
I'm still shocked at who it might be.
Ooh! Oh, 1, 2. Oh, dang! He kicked out onto a cover.
Great job by our cameraman too. What the fuck, bro? Oh.
I think that the professional wrestling referee definitely deserves a tip of the cap. You guys are
Tip of the cap.
fantastic, and this match here, no different. Brandon told doing a heck of a job. So Brian Hebner return.
I give Brandon better than that. Keep his eye on the ball and see and notice the pin attempt. What great refereeing right there.
Mm.
Trying to bring himself to his feet. Chris Bay trying to bring himself back to reality. Manic trying to hold on to the X Division title.
to reality.
Look at the intensity in their face. Look at just the intensity in both their faces.
Ooh.
You can almost feel this on your television screen.
They trying to do some double German.
Ooh. Ooh. Springboard spike TDT.
Onto the floor. Manic now working through. What does he have in mind here?
Oh, 1, 2. Oh.
Nope.
I thought that was it. It was a Thumbelina crucifix bomb. I don't know any other way to call it a destruction.
Jesus Christ, man. It's so TJP, it's not even funny.
What are you talking about? Anybody could do those moves.
You mentioned no wasted movement. No, Manic, no wasted movement.
Frog splash. Oh. Oh. Oh no. 1, 2. Oh, I thought he was gonna steal it.
Nice.
That slide by knee, that goodbye from Mumbai was what was the move that really cemented this.
I like that he calls it the goodbye for Mumbai.
Oh my goodness, you have 3 world-class athletes competing for the X title right now, and they're leaving it all.
Yeah, they had brought in a bunch of guys from India at once, and Rohit's the one who really stood out.
Yeah. Oh, are you psyched for the WWE Superstar Spectacle, Nick?
Whatever could that be?
I'm glad you asked, Mo. It's apparently an event coming to us from WWE featuring India superstars.
I know they want to make it NXT India. I don't know. Is there
I don't
enough?
watch that. Look, I like UK, and I'm way behind on that.
Apparently, A-Kid is challenged Walter for the title.
Oh, Murder's gonna happen in that match. That's good to know. Call the cops now. Let's let them know ahead of time.
Hey, Tyler Bate put up a fight.
You can see a lot of things on that face, like who it actually fucking is.
I think you're seeing things that aren't there, Christian.
Nobody asked you, Mo.
Yeah, he's enjoying a renaissance of his career, and when he got on his own, he's blossoming into a.
Ooh. One. Nope. Ooh.
That was.
Ooh.
Full body weight.
Got him.
That was a good match.
Yeah. Really good match. Yeah.
And we'll never know who's behind that mask.
And we will never know.
He put all his body weight and forced the shoulders of Rohit to the max. And that picture tells you everything you need to know. Manic is still the X Division champion, and Rohit is still sexy. Look at that, Manic is staring out Rohit. Showing you change it. Showing Rohit.
Dude, it's obvious it's him, dude. You know it. I know it. Commentary obviously knows it.
You assume it.
Enough with the conspiracy theories, Kristen. You stop listening to Sami Zayn. Too much Sami Zayn is bad for the brain.
I mean, he's not. If he was TJP, he'd be coming out to video game music and doing dabs. What do you have to say about that?
Man, I love TJP's WWE entrance theme.
Yeah, but if he was TJP, he would have came out as TJP. Why would he lie?
What? Yeah, why would he go through all that effort to just come out as Manic?
Yeah.
This
I mean, I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that he could not challenge for the title as TJP. That's just a coincidence. Right, Mo? Coincidences happen.
Seems like this theory is pretty hard to kill.
Eddie, I'm really worried about tonight.
I get it.
I
I get it. I'm worried too.
Okay, but I just can't let you go out there by yourself. Like, I really...
Lish, you can't get involved in this.
I mean, I didn't get myself involved with Sammy and Ken.
So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go out there and you're gonna fight King Shamrock? Is that what you're gonna fight Sammy?
Yeah, kick Shamrock's
Is
ass.
that what you're gonna do? You cannot get involved.
Somebody pointed out that King Shamrock now looks like Al Bundy on steroids, and I can't unsee it.
What's gonna happen to me tonight?
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm walking home, getting home. I don't know. But I know that you need to be home. You need to go home. You need to take care of our daughter. You cannot.
Oh, they have a kid? Cool.
You cannot risk it. We cannot risk it. You need to promise me.
What do you think of Eddie Edwards' braid look?
We can't risk
Yeah,
it.
it works.
Promise me, Lish.
He looks like he belongs in some kind of
I promise I will
some kind of rock band.
I got this tonight. I do this for us tonight.
He looks like he's from a Christian rock band.
I promise you that.
Oh, what was Impact title match? Impact Knockouts title match. Man, they didn't do anything with her in NXT, and she goes to Impact and they blow up.
Yeah.
Killed him for over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where this really started. Rosemary and Taya had eliminated the tournament.
So wait, in a way, Steels and Hogan have to thank Purrazzo?
Yeah.
This Saturday at Hard Hill is La Virtuosa versus La Güera Loca for the first time ever, and I am going to become a two-time Knockouts champion.
Giant Drip Drips, I love you, man.
Take down by Kimberly, shows down, and Kimberly sets Hunter Valkyrie in a hard to kill with a defeat.
I have all tricks up my sleeve. All of the cards are in my pocket. Taya, there's nothing you can do to dethrone Virtuosa. Hard to kill.
As the makings of a pure wrestling classic, I've said it before. If you love the fight, engage the match. This one's going to be Deanna is poised to move into the future. Best time. This is going to be the ultimate chess match.
I'm enjoying it. I can't wait for this. This is off the chain.
The following contest is for the Impact Wrestling Knockouts Championship. It is scheduled for one quality to see first the challenger. Accompanied to the Crazy Steve from Slacktown, Valkyrie.
I like how they still bill her from Slamtown, like from John Morrison.
Without a doubt, she is a great general in tactician. This woman is accomplished in her sport and in her game, and on any given day, Taya Valkyrie can take it out.
Today or today.
opponent accompanied tonight by Kimberly and Susan. Team from Hackettstown, New Jersey.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I like Kimberly's look. Susan looks like they grabbed the lady from The Office who just doesn't care about her looks anymore. Just like,
Well, Su Young's got a new alter ego.
is that her? That's Su Young?
Yeah.
That's Su Young.
Really?
So on occasion, because of my like YouTube algorithm, Impact stuff has been showing up. So I saw just like randomly they were trying to like get Su Young back to normal, I guess, and then they came up, and then out comes Susan, and it's just like she's Susan now.
So we got Su Young as a teenager, we got Su Young as an adult businesswoman, and we got crazy Su Young. Interesting.
Yeah, what happened was after Father James Mitchell screwed over Su Young and helped Deonna Purrazzo get the title back, Su Young was carried out by the Undead Brides, and this on the 5th, like just a couple of years ago, not a couple of weeks ago, she now came under a new persona, Susan, and is now working for Deonna Purrazzo.
Right.
It's another alter ego.
That is one of the great tacticians of this business, and to make that comparison is a non-attempt.
Yeah, she went from being a childish character as Susie into being now like a businesswoman, Susan.
Jesus Christ.
It's probably buying his time. She'll explode as Su Young again.
And is the ref not noticing this, or is he being distracted by Susan?
No, it looks like the ref is just looking full on at what just happened.
A what?
A Donnybrook. Don't
What's
you
it?
know?
No, I don't, Mo. That's why I'm asking. Gosh.
Jeez. Okay, a Donnybrook is something that happened in the last match where you keep assuming that TJP is manic.
Oh, she's acting like a Karen. That's what Susan's gimmick is. She's acting like a Karen.
I hope that's not it. Alright, so everyone was brought out just to get thrown out.
See, yeah, she's acting like a Karen.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she's
Susan's
Susan.
gimmick is she's a Karen.
That's funny.
Okay, I'll admit, I like that. That's clever.
I'm surprised someone else hasn't had a Karen gimmick yet. God, I dealt with a Karen as an employee for the first time a couple weeks ago. I was like,
I feel
Jesus.
sorry for.
I was like, Jesus Christ, stereotypes are real.
You gotta love the ones. Can you check in the back? Sure. Take a 5-minute smoke break. Yeah, nothing back there. Like, it's not like I work here and know all the inventory and know that we don't have that item, but sure, I'll still check for you, even though I'm pretty 100% sure I'm right. It's like I'm gonna fall from the fucking sky, bro.
We had one guy come in and was asking he was pretty much kind of acting like Karen because he was confused because he thought he had brought something that he didn't to trade trade in. And then when he came back, he said, "I'm so sorry, guys. I acted like a total Karen." It's like, that's okay, dude.
You know, at least he came back and admitted that.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of that.
Yeah. When he apologized, it's okay, dude. You were just having an off day.
It's controlling the joints. It's like a steering.
It's called joint manipulation. Deonna is one of the best at it.
When I was in college, joint manipulation was something entirely different.
Whoa!
back to the action in the ring now. Deonna Purrazzo trying to hold the left arm of Taya Valkyrie. Also, Taya has a slight height advantage. The fact that Taya is down now negates that.
Yeah, there's no height advantage when you're laying on the mat.
Taya now forced to go low using her feet until the blood comes back. First use her right arm is Taya. How will that compromise the cover? Smart by Taya, putting her weight on the
But still, very much so. Taya could not wrap that arm
around
around
to make
complete
it yes, she put all her weight on her chest. Still, it was not the cover. See right there, she tried to put the stress on the arm too by Deonna counter. Beautifully done the roll through off the side Russian leg sweep, and look at Deonna continues to have and control it is body control. You see it the whole time. Deonna's never lost contact.
Impact's done a really good job at booking Deonna Purrazzo as like a legit competitor.
Yeah. You see anybody definitively taking the title off her for a while?
It's gonna be.
I think the obvious plan was for Kyrie Ray to do it, but obviously that didn't go exactly that way. So yeah, so they had Stu Young win the title offer to make up for it, but then of course she got it back. Yeah, I can't really think of anyone right now who could take it off her.
Susan's gonna get it.
Who's on the women's roster right now?
You can almost see Deonna thinking of what to do next. Thinking how she's going to manipulate Taya's arm or leg.
Ooh.
She's slowly, like, taking apart Taya.
Honestly, I can't think of anyone who could take the title off right now. Like, so now Dashwood's a heel, so I don't see that happening. Jordan Grace. She already beat her, though. I don't know how active Alicia Edwards is right now.
Yeah.
I can see like a slow build where Susan reverts back to being Su Young. That's long-term booking.
Where's Susie?
Nah, I think she realizes that gimmick played out, so she's doing this one now.
Oh, she's doing the Karen, yeah.
Yeah, she can reinvent herself.
It'd be cool if her finisher is now called calling the manager.
Something. Yeah, she did the Susie thing for a year, so.
The pace of this match is what our sport was born from. When you go all the way back.
Yeah, I met Su Young in person a number of years ago. She was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she signed my copy of Shine Volume 1. Which I can't wait for indie wrestling to become a thing over here. So now I live in Tampa, I can go see Shine, FIP, and all that.
Yeah, we already said this before. I know you support indie wrestling.
But I wasn't here for that joke.
A lot of punishment that's happening in the arm and the leg. Taya's really feeling it.
You can see Deonna giving up her back. In most combat sports, you don't want to do that, but here in professional wrestling, you do want to do that because when your back is taken, then you end up with your shoulders on the mat. Taya, I think, was going for the road to Valhalla signature maneuver, but her knee may have.
That's a cool name for a finisher.
Under the pressure.
Ooh.
Nelson was at a package contract and no team through. Sorry, Taya.
It looked like Deonna was going for back maneuver, and Taya did roll through.
What do you guys think of Taya's ring gear?
It's unique.
They don't just stay still. They're moving. They're shifting their way. They're trying to get out. So a lot of times when the moves come out,
I was always interested that it wasn't. It's not typical wrestling singlet where it's just like the legs are exposed. Instead, it's just like
She's got the furry things going on.
well, I know that's pretty much always been her thing. And
Yeah, she's got the yellow snowflakes, I think those are.
Yeah.
earmuffs.
Ooh, ooh.
Ooh, damn.
Ooh.
Oh, damn. That looks like it hurts.
Looks like Ty's trying to get the mind game of Bronzo and put it on.
Ooh.
They have taken a lot out of Ty, and I think the only thing here is that Deanna can't see that Ty is in pain because of where Deanna's eyes are facing.
That's an interesting way of doing the SDF.
Yeah.
Because she's got her knee on her back as well. And she's got her leg wrapped up. So.
Extremely uncomfortable champion. Long nails for Deanna Barrazo. She makes a fist, continues to find a way to the rope. Champion resilient as ever. Pawing at her mouth, residual effect of the hold. Taya cannot even reverse the length of the ring.
That leg is hurting badly. You see it wobbling right there. Can't even put no weight on it. That's buckling. It's a championship match. You go into that leg.
Yeah, when you're fighting a submission specialist, having an injured limb's not a good thing.
No, it is not.
It's like kind of less believable for them to try and bounce off the ropes.
Oh.
Great wrestling there from Deanna. Chain wrestling, if you will, now switching the hold. Wasn't able to get the conception, and now going for a double armbar here. Using the shoulder blades together. This is gonna be it. Ty Valkyrie. Ty Legacy.
That's quit.
Okay, that was good. More of a technical match. I'm not like here or there about technical match, but it was a good match overall.
Yeah, it's just a virtuoso, so yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's not gonna be. If she were to lose to anyone, it would be someone that's another technical instead of like some striker wrestler or someone that's not like doing a bunch of submissions and stuff.
Deanna Barrazo just cemented herself as one of the best knockouts this company has ever seen. Take nothing away from
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Contribution to everything. I understand the pain going through you right now, but understand there are people watching that appreciate what you've given to our sport. There's no shame in losing to that woman right there, Deanna Barrazo. Deal around, there's so much going on here at Impact. It's hard to keep track, but I know cameras are everywhere, and I understand a little insight is about to be bestowed upon us. Let's take a look. Hey, bravo! Shut up! Listen! I hear what you're telling people in the locker room. Can't convince them. Not gonna convince me. Larry D shot me. I know what I smelled.
So wait, who did shoot him? You never finished that, Nick, before.
Larry D.
Mm.
His tag team partner.
He's in the setup. Oh, okay. You're conspiracy 101, right? What proof do you have? You don't have anything. Crazy guy. I've been looking at the shadows. Yes. Where I just came from. Where? Knockouts. Wow. Look. I found. The Ring Rust Cologne.
bag did you find that in? That's important.
Oh.
The mystery continues. Larry D was framed.
Okay.
Out of action 4 to 6 weeks. Somebody made sure Doc Gallows is gonna need a doctor. Something messed up. Somebody wasn't thinking. We got this, Josh. We got this. I promise you, I got this.
Okay, so which match are we getting?
Ethan Page versus Karate Man.
We lost the titles. It's just like everything is just unraveling.
I'm looking everywhere for you because I owe you an apology, okay? I know we're not number one contenders because we lost that final resolution. You need to get help. We cannot be a team right now. Even when things get back on path, they just instantly derail. Karate Man! That's Ethan Page's alter ego, the Karate Man! I don't know what's going on anymore. Gifts in life are wrapped and then unwrapped. Are you even listening to me? I have been listening to a bitch.
I love how you delivered that. I have been listening to a bitch.
We will do this on our terms. That hard to kill.
Okay, so we're getting our cinematic match.
All right.
So basically, he's been under so much stress, he created an alter ego to deal with it.
So I feel like they're doing this match so they can help set up for the actual bigger barbed wire match.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you Ethan Page versus Karate Man. Take a look.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we
Oh
go.
my god.
Love that green screen.
Oh man, Sword Eagle.
So this and Alexander are the guys FTR want to face. Yeah, and that was a dragon.
Eagle versus Dragon. Wonderful.
Jesus Christ. I don't even remember who I said. Oh, I said Paige was gonna win this.
Yeah.
This is all in Ethan Page's head, and we're somehow just looking in. No, I like how cheap this is. It works.
Okay, now to Mount Rushmore.
They're fighting so fast, they're transferred from time and space, Kristen.
Oh my god.
Impressive, you motherfucker.
Hey, bitch.
That's just signature insult.
It's not a bad one.
He's kicking him across the globe. Oh no, this is Russell Crowe, South Park. Flying round the world. Now they're on a beach.
He's finally beating them. Oh no. Oh shit.
Oh.
Round 2, motherfucker.
Is this what happens when you're no longer the longest reigning Impact Tag Team Champions? You go through extreme withdrawal.
What was that?
That was something else, Street Fighter.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
So, Karate Man wins.
Kalema! Kalema!
So he just murdered himself. Should we be concerned?
No, you shouldn't.
Okay.
Karate Man!
The fuck?
I bet you never thought you'd see that in a wrestling match, Kristen.
I have. I mean, not somebody getting your heart ripped out, but you know, somebody being buried alive. Yes.
Well, you know what? At
That
least
was a match.
led to a definite.
Friday Man wins. By what? Knockout?
By death. Jesus.
You've been training hard. Is this like a keto thing you got going on? Maybe you give it. I mean, that's like an 8-pack. Oh my God, you just
Dude, smash his head in, Moose.
Jack, I mean, you look like you can still play in the league. They could use you right now. Playoffs. Listen. I was looking for it. I wanted to have a chat. It's funny we should run into each other. I was just looking over the contract here. You know, we got you another couple of years here. I mean, very excited.
Is he legit gonna blackmail him?
You got a very bright future here, Moose. And I know you're pretty jacked up with being this main event tonight with Kenny Omega and God Wrestling. And I'm excited too because I said Kenny, I said, Moose is just the best athlete we got. I'm so happy you're in this main event. And I know that you're a smart guy.
Kenny is gonna sell so hard for Moose in this match. I guarantee it.
They all the same. We got a long time. Big 2 years. I got you. Let's not cut off our nose and spite our face. I'm not just saying.
He's been saying, I got you for 2 years.
Bash his skull in.
He's his boss.
Then kick him in the nuts.
It's like,
sorry, that's my always go-to. Just kick him in the nuts. Oh, whoopah!
I think it's fantastic.
Don Callis just got that natural car salesman.
Yeah.
You of all people should know this about me. Every game I ever played in, regardless of who my teammate was, I played to win. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Hey, stop talking. That means you're still listening. After I win tonight, I'm going to go after what's rightfully mine. Impact World.
I love that. I love that. Perfect.
Undisputed champion here in Impact Wrestling.
God damn it, he still has the goddamn title.
Ooh. Ooh, did you hear that?
Ooh. Dude, Moose Omega. Book it.
Moose has said after he takes the Impact title, he's going to take the AEW World title.
Edwards Callihan. Yeah, they showed that match just to get the ring set for this barbed wire.
Yeah, that was basically so they could set up the barbed wire.
Did you guys want to talk about Karate Man Page or just let it soak in still?
It was so epic, I'm still processing it.
I know, right?
That was the best Street Fighter movie I've ever seen.
Don't you dare ever say that again. Barely beat out the Legend of Chun-Li.
I'm gonna pretend that movie never existed. Thank you.
No, that's the caliber of the match we just saw. It's slightly above the Legend of Chun-Li.
I like that he's incorporating the hacker thing that he did in NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could argue the feud between these two is what helped really start putting Impact back on the map.
Mm-hmm.
It was all an accident where Sami Zayn actually accidentally busted his face with a bat. Everybody's tough to take a bat to the face.
woven into the fabric of this company.
Who's gonna bleed first? That's
Tonight, I believe it just gets worse.
Sami Callihan has definitely deserved a lot of credit for pushing Impact back up to where it is right now.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Mo, have you ever watched any of the previous Barbed Wire Massacres?
No, this is
The most famous one is the original one between Abyss and Sabu. I think it was back in 2005. Definitely recommend it. Bloodiest match, one of the bloodiest matches ever I've ever seen. Because it's the matches of Abyss and Sabu, so yeah.
We'll definitely be paying attention to this match, that's for sure.
I love the Impact's telling us that, you know, the things that was actually working for you in NXT, but they never did anything with it. Dude, use it here. Sami Callihan's great. You know, now AEW and Impact are teaming up. We could probably finally get that Chris Jericho Sami Callihan match. They were trying to tease it for a while. And Jericho said that one of the reasons he was considering Impact Wrestling because he wanted to wrestle Sami Callihan.
Yeah.
I want to see Jericho versus Callihan.
But at the end of the day, it's still the draw. Sami
Some say he does not feel pain. Tonight we're going to test that. That ring has pain all over.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
The draw, Sami Callihan.
It's a brother from Boston, Massachusetts.
It's from Boston.
No, it's not Boston. It's Boston.
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 Boston. Yeah,
that's
no,
my favorite new commercial is the Samuel Adams one. Your cousin from Boston. It's freaking hilarious.
I'm sure we're making all our Boston viewers very happy right now with our terrible accents.
Yes, all three of them.
All three of them. What, you making fun of us? He's like, yes. Want to fight about it?
No, rather stay here.
By the way, I'm Irish. I can get away with saying that. These two about to play the shit out of each other.
Let's see how many times we wince every time they get hit into the barbed wire.
Okay, I don't see Ken Shamrock anywhere.
We got one more match after this. No, two more matches after. Wait, one more match after this. Okay. Man, whatever.
Is that the dog demon from Ghostbusters on Sami Callihan's shoulder? On the other shoulder.
Alright, I'll look next time.
I always find it weird with that. Like, it's not a table with barbed wire on it. It's just like
the board,
the particle board that has barbed wire on it.
Yeah, there it is. Can you see it?
Yeah, that's Zool. Yeah.
I thought Zool was a man and not a dog.
The dog. One Zool's mini. Yeah.
Well, that's going to be fun a lot during the match.
There is no Sabin Callihan, only Zool.
Zool, motherfucker.
I hope Ghostbusters 3 is actually good.
The teaser trailer was good. I liked it.
I've been let down by teaser trailers before.
It's supposed to be coming out this year on the movie's anniversary this summer.
Hopefully.
No, they confirmed that.
Yeah.
It's coming out this
yeah,
year.
but a lot of things have been confirmed. Oh,
he's fine. It's just giving him a back rub right now.
How about both guys? Normally you'd see in the old Texas death matches the guys coming fully dressed. Both of these guys showing flesh. I don't think either are afraid to spill blood and leave flesh behind for their legacies in our sport.
No, I think they're both willing to leave it all in the ring tonight to prove a point that I'm going to beat you or you're going to beat me, but somehow this rivalry is going to.
I don't care how much you prefer things. When you hit barbed wire, it's gonna fucking hurt.
Yeah, of course it is.
Oh, he's gonna try to.
He's gonna give him a halo.
Just like every nature show, the lions, the wolves circle, don't they?
Oh, look at that. He's Jesus.
He's barbed wire Jesus.
Oh, you're asking who's gonna bleed first, Kristen?
There we go.
What does this do to your career, D'Lo? We mentioned Sami Callihan, about 16, 17 years of pro.
Straight out of Boston.
20 years of pro, just over that. Much like this at this point in your career? Why? It shortens what's left of your career.
Yeah, when everyone was making those memes like straight out of Compton, I think one of my favorite ones was a straight out of Dudleyville shirt with the Dudleys.
To be willing to do it. And both of these guys, they don't need to prove anything anymore in this sport. I think that's a safe assumption here. But the fact that they're willing to go into this match, I think it shows the hatred, the literal, pure vitriol that they have for one another.
Yes, no, they don't have to do it, but they need to do it. They need to do it to prove it to each other. Because this rivalry has spanned over 3 years. It is the most.
Man, it's already been 3 years? God.
That's how come I was able to remember, because it's lasted over 3 years.
Oh, smart move.
Somebody's gonna fall into that.
Sami Callihan constantly thinking at all times. Gentlemen, I just been informed that we have cracked the top 5. Trending on Twitter. Hashtag hard to kill. D'Lo Brown.
What do you think?
All right.
That's great. Let's watch as two people murder each other with barbed wire now.
You know what?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Hard to kill.
It's hard to kill.
So far, everyone here has been hard to kill, except for Ethan Page. He's the only person who's been. Well, I don't know.
It took
if
some
anyone
effort.
in any of the other matches have been killed, but I know for a fact Ethan Page is not hard to kill.
Mm.
These two have a notorious hostility. Boots to the face.
There is no more Ethan Page, only Karate Man.
I gotta see how Alexander responds to that.
I think Alexander's pretty much done at this point.
Could you imagine if we get FTR versus the North, but it's not Ethan Page, it's Karate Man?
Yeah, that match can happen now. Like, I don't mind Ethan Page trying something new. Man, we used a lot people I know, like, we used to joke to Ethan Page. Ethan Page has lost weight, but we all said he was Bobby Roode's fat younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
Because he looked a lot like Bobby Roode. I'm sure he appreciates that. Speaking of Rude, I'm glad he and Ziggler won the SmackDown tag titles.
No, the Dirty Dogs. That's what their name is now. The Dirty Dogs.
Yeah, and I see Rude and Ziggler actually doing something.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, god damn.
Is outsmarting Eddie Edwards. Not because he's a better wrestler, because Eddie Edwards is fighting angry. And Sammy's a master manipulator. He knows that he needs an advantage, and this is the advantage. And look, Sammy just reveling.
We referenced it earlier that Eddie sometimes is reckless because he's angry. That is a move right there. He was reckless. He just wants to damage
on Sammy, and it just didn't backfire. But it's reckless.
The way that the blood is on Sammy's face right now makes it look like he has
hard on his lower back.
red face paint just over one of his eyes.
Lower back. Look at that. And Randy the Bob is Eddie's back.
Which I mean is a pretty cool look, just as long as you're not using your own blood to do it every time.
Oh, he just did a Cactus Jack call out. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He went bang bang.
Massacre. Timing is everything in our sport, folks.
What's on his other shoulder? I'm trying to see.
Eddie Edwards is laughing. He is laughing at the pain.
Let's take a look one more time.
Got his elbow. Is that surveyed? It's a little bang bang bang. Think about
the influence of what's called the death match, if you will, hardcore wrestling, and it really has
forged a spot in our sport. I know a lot of purists may poo-poo it, but at the end of the day,
Poo-poo it. Poo-poo.
hardcore wrestling, not find that those guys are able to do it. Mix it first, right? Don't just have a fastball, have a slider. It makes both dimensional on this business. There's nothing wrong with that. And I am not opposed hardcore matches like this. Typically, this situation, this instance, is a rivalry that's going to every gambit. That's going to every
damn.
match. There's got to be some way to end this and elevate up. The stakes are higher, so you need this type of match ended this rivalry. Shoulder, Sandy Callihan. Here inside the ring, barbed wire and other accessories. And driving pain, blood dripping from his face, staining the mat. Sandy Callihan stalking now.
Look at him. Sammy's taking his time. He's about to pick the bones from Eddie Edwards. He wants to do as much damage as he can.
Ooh.
Oh! Ooh, damn.
Well, I mean, he already has a kid, right? So he's good.
Yeah.
I mentioned it at the top of the show that this rivalry has scarred the flesh of Impact Wrestling, and I think it's appropriate that a match like Barbed Wire Massacre now embodies that.
It's a 64 controller.
Is that a 64 controller?
It is a 64 controller.
Kind of. See, don't you wish you could do this against your friends when they're like, "Hey man, you want to play Mario Party?" and they they mess up the controller stick.
What's that? I can't believe they bring that up. That was a Nintendo 64 controller wrapped in barbed wire. That was literally a advertising for a wrestling game in the 90s.
Yeah, Mo, don't you wish you could do that in a video game? Just have a controller wrapped in barbed wire?
Still using it. Oh.
Of all the controllers, the 64s have a lot of space. Surface area.
I didn't know. I don't get why you didn't use the Duke then.
Well,
like, can he do that?
Well, I don't think Nintendo is gonna have too much issue. But I think Microsoft's gonna be like, don't wrap our old Xbox controller in barbed wire and use it as a weapon.
Nintendo's like, thanks for the advertisement.
Oh no, they're gonna get copyright. Oh no, we're gone.
Oh!
That was cool.
Could this be where Eddie Edwards begins to find his hard-to-kill moment?
In the game of football, we can say momentum shifts. You can see the field tip to one side or the other. Right now, the field tipped completely towards Eddie Edwards with that backpack stunner.
But Eddie Edwards is in a position, to use your football analogy, where the running game hasn't worked. And if that's the case, then play action won't work, and a quarterback can't go down the field. Eddie Edwards needs to change his game plan and do it now.
He needs to air it out, let him go, let him fly. And that's what Eddie Edwards looks like he's doing. He's going after
Can't go wrong with a chair wrapped in barbed wire.
barbed wire wrapped chair.
Is it safe to say that Eddie Edwards almost needs to become Sami Callihan?
He needs to evolve into Sami Callihan.
Ooh.
Sami's game.
Eddie was going for it. Sami able to lock it in there.
Ooh.
Immediately reminded of Jun Akiyama there.
There's a reference.
Hitting him on the barbed wire.
Way to go, Matt Striker, representing Jun Akiyama.
And I think it's okay to mention wrestlers all around the world because it puts moves into context.
Absolutely. See, you see the way Eddie was trying to cover that.
Matt, you don't need to defend your wrestling nerdom to me.
He was trying to cover. He wasn't covering to win. He was covering to inflict damage by barbed wire.
You see it with a couple of the weapons left?
Mm-hmm.
And all started with a baseball bat.
Oh yeah, plus they haven't used that corner turnbuckle that has barbed wire on it. Yeah.
Eddie Edwards isn't that much better than Sami, but he is better, and Sami knows that he has to even the playing field. Barbed wire master isn't enough. It has to be a mental game for Sami Callihan to succeed.
Their whole run has been Sami Callihan trying to drag Eddie Edwards down his level. Oh, kick to the balls. I'd rather deal with the barbed wire.
Eddie Edwards, what a career. If it ends like this tonight, he has nothing to be ashamed of. Sami Callihan, on the other hand, will maybe one day look back with some remorse.
No, I don't think he'll ever look. This good and evil is a matter of perspective, and in Sami's perspective, he's doing what's right. He'll never look back on this and say, "Oh man," with any kind of remorse.
Oh, it's interesting. When we ate from the tree of knowledge, we as humans decided what was right and wrong, and thus the world went to hell in a handbasket. Notice there, look, Eddie has
Very poetic of Matt Striker. Oh, hey, I was going to get him some too.
So it's going to be a back and forth punching match.
Not as back and forth as you wanted, but still back. I love this. They're hurting each other with the barbed wire. That's cute.
Oh, they knocked each other out. This has definitely been one of the best rivalries in Impact's, especially recent history. Like I said, I can't help but compare it to the legendary Tommy Dreamer Raven feud. It's just so similar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sami's got the kendo stick.
And I'm sure Eddie is
And
probably
Eddie's got the bat. It started with a bat. Will it end with a bat?
And then they're just gonna go boosh, 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 boosh.
Yeah, they're using each other's main weapon.
Trade you.
Trade. Oh, they're using signature weapons. Yeah.
It says that Eddie Edwards, no matter what, we've used this word devolve, Eddie Edwards will always remain steeped in morals and ethics, and sometimes pro wrestling isn't a place for someone like that.
Oh.
Ooh, look how he pulls it out.
That's ripping at him. That's ripping.
God damn.
For a moment, it looked like.
Ooh.
I mean, so was
damn.
that? Is that a chain or is that just like?
It's a chain.
Really, okay. I wasn't sure if that was also
went
just like a really thick barbed wire.
He hit that chain face first.
Because that's not something. Look at this.
Ooh.
As a human being, I've come to know Eddie Edwards and his wife
share a lot of conversations, laughter.
It hurts to see your friend in there, but
sometimes you gotta put that aside. It's nothing wrong with it. No need to apologize. You are human beings as well, and you're reacting.
What is he setting up for? Oh, never mind.
He wants to put him through it.
Although he has set it up, so he must now go through it himself.
Who sets it up? Dex. No, I can't think of a good rhyme.
He who sets it gets it.
There you go.
That didn't rhyme.
Oh! Well, it looks like Sammy got most of that.
1, 2, kick out.
There is something called fighting spirit, and Eddie Edwards has it. And if he's been missing it this entire night, finally he has woken up. Finally, Eddie Edwards realizes what's in front of him, and Eddie Edwards does not care.
The ref just is like trying to get the barbed wire off of these guys.
I'm so glad they got Matt Striker to call this match.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh. I remember Matt Striker debuted in WWE on ECW.
That a fighter gives off, and the crowd and the world feeds off of that energy as well. Energy is contagious, and right now Eddie Edwards' energy.
Didn't he start? Wasn't his gimmick like a teacher? Because he.
Well, yeah, because he actually was a teacher. Because he got famous because he was a teacher, moonlighting as a professional wrestler, and he got caught. He was using his sick days to wrestle. Ooh, Boston Knee Party! 1.
Oh, he kicked out 1.
Oh! 1, 2, 3, yeah!
Oh my god, that match hurt so hard.
Hey, you're gonna eat my finisher, and then I'll kick out at 1. But I'm just gonna ruin you with this next move. Oh, somehow his wife made it out to the ring.
Yeah, he asked her to stay away.
But where's Ken Shamrock?
Magic comes out just like Eddie's wife. Like, oh my god, baby, are you okay? Ken Shamrock is like, oh my god, baby, are you okay?
I'd want Ken Shamrock to come out and give Sammy like tough love, who is just like yelling at him. It's like being a complete dick to him.
And it says slap me afterwards.
Boom!
Yeah, it's another good match.
Eddie Edwards won the war.
Yes, it is finally over.
Or now.
You know, let's be honest, we all know how pro wrestling works.
It's only for now, for now.
So far, it's been amazing. Hard to kill has been off the charts. We're trending in the top 5 in the world. Thank you. Hashtag hard to kill. And action like we just saw there. What is the story in the main event?
Well, the main event is coming up, and the next time we come your way on pay-per-view is in April. And ladies and gentlemen, you're right when you see
Rebellion.
Get ready.
So that's the next big Impact pay-per-view?
Yeah.
So we won't be back till April. Okay.
Yeah, they started Rebellion in 2019, but they couldn't do it in 2020 because that was still when they were really locked down. So they just made a 2 weeks Impact special.
Yeah.
Impact Rebellion.
Ooh, I love the. Oh.
It's the
look
Omega
inside.
symbol.
Well, I mean, that could mean anything.
Do you want to ask Kenny, Nick, or should you ask Kenny?
I don't think Kenny's gonna tell us anything at this point.
April 24. April 24.
Ladies and gentlemen, hard to kill is trending. We're making history in the greatest sport in the world, professional wrestling.
I've known this man since he was 10 years old, and I watched him as he became a world-class athlete. I watched him as he became the best wrestler in the world. I was there.
Really glad Kenny's a heel again. He's much better as a douchey heel.
We do. Change history. It was all part of the plan for me to come to Impact Wrestling. It was all part of the plan when Tony Khan invited me into his house very graciously at Kenny's request.
There I hear JR in a promo for an Impact match.
He's just been jobbed.
Go get him.
Go get him.
I'm kind of lost off.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Rich Swann?
I'm not gonna let this guy run around another show.
Yeah, Kenny corrupted the Good Brothers.
There are certain things in life that are just out of our control, and unfortunately, my ability to compete at Hard to Kill has been dropped into that bucket. I owe an apology to Sabin. I owe one to Rich Swann. I owe one to the fans, and I owe a receipt to the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega.
And you expect me to stand alongside this dude, a world champion? You want to win this match? Do you remember lying out on the ground down here when those guys beat you? You need somebody to have your back. And if there's one thing that he loves more than himself, is winning. I'll work with you.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I hope you make the right decision, because we know how unstable this is.
Here we go. There we go. You guys ready for this?
Is there any way to get ready?
From that cold Sunday night AEW broadcast right here, we are hard to kill.
You know what's hard to kill? The excitement, the anticipation.
Oh, Kristen.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we had skipped the pre-show match.
Yeah, I knew about that.
Yeah, because Brian Myers beat Josh Alexander.
Mm.
The Karate Man defeats Ethan Page times not available. Yeah, of course you can't measure the time of that match. It exceeded time and space. Hey, Krista, I know you like match times. Do you want to know the times of the matches so far?
Sure.
Rosemary Crazy Steve versus Dashwood and Caleb Conley, 8 minutes 55 seconds.
Yeah.
Violent by Design versus Jake, Rhino, and Dreamer, 9:55.
Okay.
Fire and Flava versus Havoc and Navia, 8:40. Matt Cardona, Ace Austin, 2:30 to DQ. Manic Bay Rohit, 13:50. Perazzo Valkyrie, 11:40. Karate Man Page exceeded time and space, could not be measured. Edwards Callihan, 18 minutes 50 seconds. That was the longest match so far.
It's weird how their opening matches are all under 10 minutes.
That's usually how it is. In the middle of the show was over 10. That's how you should build up a show. Makes sense.
Because he did it without a show. What's supposed to be in this match now is no longer in this match. So D'Lo Brown, Chris Sabin has to find a different gear. I certainly believe he's capable.
Oh, I have no doubt that he will find that gear and he will execute it to perfection. I have no doubt.
And their tag team partner from Baltimore, Maryland, he is the Impact World Champion, Swann! You know, Gio, so many experts are saying tonight is such a big night.
Can't handle this, can't handle this.
Tonight's a big night for AEW.
All night long.
All right. All night long.
They get to experience Rich Swann. I don't think that's something you can just slip on. Absolutely.
Oh, speaking of theme songs, you saw the Jungle Boy.
Yeah,
they
I know.
got Tarzan for it.
Yeah, it was a Christmas gift from Tony Khan himself.
Like Tarzan boy. Oh, you got Tony Khan money, you can do that.
Yeah, he got him the rights as a Christmas gift to use the song. Oh wow, he's actually rocking a Bullet Club hoodie.
They are the Good Brothers! On the left, you see Carl Anderson, the veteran 21 years, trainer, tribe, Roger, captured the 25 championship. He's recently made the stateside transition. Carl Anderson has forged his career to Japan. That man right there, Doc Dallas, 6 feet 8 inches tall, 300 pounds, also nearly 20 years of experience.
So let's see Kenny's entrance. I'm very curious.
It'd be interesting if he came out with Tennessee Titan cheerleaders doing the Jaguar cheerleaders movements.
Yeah, I wonder if he just brought his sweeper girls with him.
Tom Tongue has been acting all butthurt on Twitter over them having the Bullet Club references. He tried to call in the bootleg Bullet Club. I was like, Tom, there's more original. They're more legitimate than the current Bullet Club.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I've been introduced to you a man so special. There is only one person on earth that has the linguistic capacity to do a proper introduction.
Justin Roberts.
This man is a legend in his early 30s. Gosh, Hackett Smith, Fez, Race, Flair. ladies and gentlemen, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, the wrestling capital of the world at 224 pounds, he is your AEW World Champion, Kenny by John Omega.
Nah, Justin Roberts does it better. Justin
Maybe
Roberts does it way better.
You're not gonna fly in Justin Roberts.
I will fly in Justin Roberts. Because where else are you going to get a guy to let everybody else know that Kenny Omega once wrestled in North Carolina? World champion. He added that.
Oh, he's wearing Bullet Club too.
As well.
It's Pumpkin Club.
I remember that Halloween Bullet Club shirt.
The trials and tribulations, the miles this man has put underneath his waistline to carry that prestigious title that sits along his waist.
This is still crazy to me. Kenny Omega's wrestling in Impact Wrestling.
Told you, surreal.
Give the youngsters out there something that they can take, something they can look forward to. Here is Kenny Omega circling the ring. Once again, make everyone wait. Ladies and gentlemen, all I can say is just sit back, let's watch, and let's see how this plays out. And I guarantee we're all going to be entertained by what we're about to see.
Bang!
Having someone like Kenny Omega against match, it changes everything.
So, Beth, who from AEW is most likely to show up during or after?
Yeah, if anyone, John Moxley. I'm gonna get Brian Hebner back as a referee.
Yeah.
One side, got Rose and Sabin and Swann, and they're standing pride of Impact Wrestling. The other side, got the Good Brothers, who are almost turncoats. And my God, Kenny Omega, coming to prove that AEW is the more powerful, prestigious championship.
Man, when was the last time you saw two world champions from different promotions fighting each other?
Excuse me, Nick. 3 world champions? Don't ignore Moose.
Well, I mean, everyone in this match is a champion except for Sabin.
Thank you, Mo.
Although, for some people, I'm sure he's a champion in their hearts.
It would have been cool if they got Excalibur to show up to commentate for this.
Yeah, I'm sure though with the COVID regulations,
I know.
Bring over as few people as they can.
And when they're giving guys opportunities like that, like we do here at Impact Wrestling, it gives you something to strive for. So my hats off to them.
Like, I don't know what the rules are right now in Tennessee involving COVID, but
yeah.
I want Luke Gallows to lose this, to where he starts questioning himself and he becomes Festus.
Elevates the matchup real quick and then take Anderson out of his game plan because Anderson wanted to slow this match down, wind it down.
no, they lose so much he goes back to being fake Kane.
Gimmick infringement Kane. Nice.
Yeah, that was the storyline they just blatantly dropped because they had fake Kane win, and then the next night on Raw, Kane just threw him out.
And we never saw him again.
This is evenly matched.
Absolutely, right there. You see a standoff. Both men are evenly matched.
I was trying to watch the wrestler's belly. They're making to see if they're breathing hard. Carl Anderson hasn't cracked a sweat.
No, he cut his teeth.
I think Chris Davis trying to shake it. Oh yes, this is why you just get that Moose on team. Gotta have a big man.
Big beefy boys
We're about to
battering.
see these two hosses go at it. That's why we call good old fashioned hoss fight.
Moose.
Moose.
I mean, look at them. They are both 6'6" monsters.
Ooh, uppercut. Ooh.
Nice.
That doesn't sit well as well. Guys that have either as a whole absolutely got to rub people the wrong way. See, work this well, build something.
Oh.
These two guys follow back there. They get the big contracts, get all the opportunities, and then they turn their backs on the company they came to.
Ooh. Enjoy this, Nick. Enjoy every second of this.
5 minutes to build held up a universal sign. I heard a lot of people say that moment allowed them to forget the negative themes that have been us this past year. Reminded them common denominator amongst us all to all love professional wrestling. That's an important thing. That's what we're all.
And betrayal. We like betrayal too, apparently.
Who does like good betrayal every now and then?
True. Very good point.
There's foreigners infiltrating. I guess argument takes life. That's going on. Invading our territory here at Impact Wrestling. So smart. I'm Chancery on Swann champion. Back to the monumental itself. And now in stalking for Swann.
Impact's done a much better job making their crowd noise feel realistic compared to WWE's.
Yeah, I'll give him that much. It hasn't really bugged me.
In the same ring, at the same time.
Whoa!
Nice.
It's a freaking ninja.
Nice combo.
Dude did like 3 flips in the air.
I think that's smart. Again, remember what these three men are fighting for. They're fighting for the honor of Impact, but they're also fighting for the respect of what people have given to this sport. You cannot walk into a locker room anymore and expect something to be handed to you.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Teamwork. Yeah. Like first time
Andy
D'Lo.
Musso for Moose.
What the hell did I just see? That's Moose, baby. It's
Good
Moose
stuff.
Nation.
Good stuff.
I get the respect, but the sport is evolving, and these 6 men are right here, right now, at the height, the zenith of it, if you will.
Absolutely, they're right. The leading.
He's got talking shop on his tights.
Nice.
He's wearing Bullet Club gear too. I feel like they're trying to troll Tama Tonga right now.
That's what they're doing.
I can't tell if Tama Tonga's actually pissed or if he's trying to troll also.
Moose said something interesting that he played in the NFL with guys he didn't like, he played in the NFL with guys he hated. Once that whistle sounded, they were all his brothers, and I think that mentality applies.
Without a doubt, you see, it's about winning the match.
Is this enough here? A backbreaker from the All Elite Wrestling Champion. D'Lo, I got a question for you. Yeah, I know it'll probably cause some controversy, but hey, is Kenny Omega pound for pound the best wrestler in the world?
You know, many people debate either way. I've seen him go out there and have some of the best matches in the world in Japan. He's gone there toe-to-toe with some of the best wrestlers in the world. My guy Kenny Omega is the best out there.
that's Don Callis.
Can't stay away from the mic, Kenny.
But he brings up a good point. You know, look, the brothers are a tag team. They understand tag team wrestling. Sabin is without Alex Shelley. So, of course, the brothers are going to control the ring, cut it off. Look where Carl Anderson is. He's between Sabin and his corner. It's basic, it's rudimentary, but it works.
And it's perfect positioning. You see that right there, Carl Anderson's got his back.
My God, Kenny Omega.
His teammates are watching his back.
Kenny Omega nodding in approval. Knows the brothers so well.
Now, Sabin continues to fire. Double clotheslines. Both athletes
Nice.
step down now. Right Hector checks the corner, begins his count. Wrestlers have to count 10 to rise to their feet. Side advantage on both. Get to their corner. And here's Kenny. Here's
Right.
World champ right here. Ask the question, is Kenny Omega pound for pound the best? You have to ask the same question about Rich Swann. And then the next question, what can Rich do that Kenny can't, and vice versa? We're going to find out right now.
Man, if you told me a year ago that we were going to see AEW World Champion versus Impact World Champion on a pay-per-view, it's been a crazy year.
It has been.
Neutralizes Gallows' presence.
Gallows to the floor.
Back into the fray is Chris Sabin.
What is going on here?
Sabin is going to use Swann as if he were Shelley.
Nice.
Assisted DDT. Omega down to the floor. Sabin and Swann working together again.
Anderson now caught and trapped.
Woo! There we go.
Nice. Very nice.
Look at Don even are working well together. Don is panicking.
Where Don goes right to Kenny.
Right to Kenny.
Oh. Yeah,
Ooh,
get him.
nice.
Well, that was a wonderful camera cut.
Yes, thanks, camera guy.
Everybody's down. Moose up. Check everybody.
What's Moose gonna do now?
Probably a sunset flip.
They do film all these things from multiple angles. That could be they fixed on the DVD.
Probably.
Which you can pre-order now, Mo. They mentioned you can pre-order the DVD now. That's gonna come with DVD extras.
Yes. And bloopers. From the Karate
Oh, man.
Man
I
match.
want to see bloopers from the Karate Man match.
What kind of bloopers are there gonna where Ethan Page just loses it because he now has to rip his own heart out?
I want to see the behind the scenes of filming that match. This is Ethan Page on a green screen set just fucking around.
You may not like him. You may not even respect him. But he's damn good.
You know, we're using this world champion all around the world.
Honestly, I knew that match was gonna be silly and crazy. It did disappoint.
Oh yeah, definitely.
People talk about the connection between Ibushi and Kenny Omega. I think it would be interesting to have champions from all around the world compete here on Impact Wrestling. Perhaps maybe a tournament on paper.
Saving the no.
Did you hear Matt
no
Striker
chill.
just drop something that would be a really good idea? Matt Striker just suggested they should have a tournament of champions from around the world.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, there's only one promotion that I would think of that wouldn't be a part of it.
Well, you get AEW, you got AEW and Impact, you get AAA.
You'd probably get New Japan.
New Japan's been more open about working with him because they had Chris Bay on their tournament.
Well, also the fact that like quite a few of these guys have been New Japan, and haven't they worked with Impact in the past?
I know Ring of Honor is really worried about losing New Japan as a partner. Right now, though, Impact is partners with Pro Wrestling Noah. I think it's people who are now owned by the same people who own DDT, which Kenny Omega is very familiar with them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so yeah, we can get Noah, AAA, DDT, Impact, AEW, maybe the NWA. We can have a little tournament there.
What was that?
You know, I like a pissed off Sabin.
Oh, I love pissed off Sabin's a good Sabin. He steps his game up. He works harder. He's more intense.
He's so quiet, but they say still waters run deep.
Quiet ones are the ones you watch out for.
You have to watch out for Kenny Omega as he stomps the back of the champion, Rich Swann. Swann says no as Brian Hebner asks him the question of, do you want to quit? Over the shoulder of Don Callis, we see Kenny Omega trapping the left ankle of Rich Swann.
So far, Moose has been a good partner.
So far.
Because like as much as he loves himself, he hates losing. He loves winning more. Oh, here we go, Moose and Omega. Get him, Moose.
Ooh. Ooh.
In this jungle, the Moose is the top of the food
That was
chain.
a high drop kick.
Ooh.
Look at Moose go.
Nice.
Moose is legit. Oh, he's mocking him. Oh, it's an elite move on him.
Discus Slayer. Ooh, 2 count.
If Moose pins Omega, he should get a title shot.
Sure, why not?
He thought that was over.
Sure, an Impact title shot. Exactly.
These three working well together, that's fine. Absolutely right. And it's literally Team Impact going to win.
Oh.
It'd be interesting if Team Impact decided to do a triple V trigger in order to take out Kenny.
Yeah.
Oh no, Chris Sabin's in trouble. Oh.
Cover here. It's as if this team needs and wants to. It feels that way. It feels like it's a statement.
Oh, I didn't even notice that they're trying to make it where Kenny gets the pin. Ooh, damn.
Nice.
Maybe it's an orchestrated plan that Kenny Omega is going to go for every cover because they need him to get the win.
V trigger.
Go for V trigger. Ooh, knee by Moose.
Nice.
Ooh, he carried a stun gun. Oh,
ooh. Ali would be proud.
Is that enough? Swann stirring, rolling away. Middle of the ring. Kenny Omega to the top. Moose coming in.
Here goes Moose. Oh,
Spanish fly.
Spanish fly. Moose is ridiculous. One, two. Oh.
Yeah.
Sabin's a former world champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6 of the finest athletes in our sport giving you everything. Let's take a look at the replay.
Look at this freaking.
Shook the cameraman.
Gosh, look at the impact. Look at that. It's just crazy that man that big can move as nimble as he can.
You see Kenny Omega now.
Back off.
To make the tag.
Fuck!
I got indeed.
Turn around, Sabin. You got to catch somebody else.
The old biscuits and gravy.
Let's see what the brothers have in mind here.
I got that reference, Mo.
Signature. Cover here. No. That was close. It looked like Swann was talking between Nick and Sabin. I don't know what happened. He just got caught up a little bit.
You know it's well done. Sometimes when you get your bell wrong, there's that like cognition gap out, you know?
Tag made. That man is big
Ooh, tornado DDT.
Nice.
Has only one man that he needs to get to, and it's fitting that it is the world champion Rich Swann. You see his hand outstretched. Sabin crawling now. Tag made to Kenny Omega. Tag made to Rich Swann. These two
There you
renew.
go.
Look at two world champions going toe to toe right there. Exchanging blows. One for one.
It's a hell of a crossover.
Yeah. Oh, Dragon Super Suplex.
Oh.
Ooh.
What Rich Swann has been through physically in the last year is compounded by the damage that has been inflicted upon him in this match.
What is Omega planning next? What is he going to do?
Take a look at the eyes of Kenny.
He's like wild. He's got these wild eyes.
They say that the great ones are always a little off. Swann's right hand is the only thing that is holding him on right now.
He's locked it, he's anchored in that top rope. Thank goodness, because it's a long way down.
I think his tights are crazy.
Yeah.
And run to the bridge of the nose. Electric chair from at 6 foot 8 coming into play here. Kenny's in bad spot. Slips off the sweaty back and uses boots as a battering ram.
Gonna try.
Four Wicked Angel?
Oh.
No.
He's going to try for it.
Oh. Slips off now. Kenny.
Ooh, nice.
No, Don was almost locked in the
I was scared right there. He thought that was it.
I think Don Callis realizes that what he has done, if it's ever revealed, if there is ever a disclosure, Don Callis is in for it because some people feel he's betrayed Impact Wrestling.
Well, and I think that's why the boys meant that they're fighting so hard tonight to prove Don Callis wrong. You picked the wrong side.
Ooh, V-trigger. One Winged Angel. Go for the One Winged Angel.
Nice.
Another one. Kenny Omega. Rich Swann now goes up. Only one thing left to do.
Big splash. 1, 2. Oh.
No.
Of course, Omega kicks out too.
No.
What is it going to take to end this match? These 6 men have left it all out there. Rich Swann's going back up again.
Tom talked about what can Rich Swann do that makes Rich different
Ooh.
than Kenny. I think that Rich believes it's the time.
Magic.
Magic Killer. Again, they're saving. Oh no. Woo. Usos didn't make it.
Literally put his big old head in there. All in.
Oh. V-trigger did nothing. Ooh. Oh, V-trigger.
Oh, no, V-trigger is it.
One Winged Angel. One Winged Angel. 1, 2, 3. Kenny pin Swann.
And he pinned the world champion too. Their Impact World Champion.
That was a good match.
Crazy.
It was. I enjoyed it.
Oh, they gotta set up Kenny versus Swann somehow.
Yeah, I know.
Champion Rich Swann. Let's take it.
That's an amazing
Amazing accomplishment. It's been an amazing night. That was an amazing match. Honestly, on behalf of everyone in the
This is a good show.
take a look at how this match ended. Take a look at how he did it. Winged Angel right down on the back of the net. Rich Swann is out. 3 seconds is all it takes for history to be made.
It took a Magic Killer and a One-Winged Angel to do it.
This is a great sport.
Yeah, I guess. We'll have to see what happens.
This sport is amazing, and I can't think of a better time to be a fan.
What a time to be alive. Hard to kill. Impact Wrestling. What the hell did we just watch? It was a great match. I cannot believe
It's cool. Dragon on his type.
It is.
For Impact Wrestling, for the world, with all the eyes of the wrestling business focused squarely on this company. So take a look at the good Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get Omega Moxley at Revolution, and then Omega Swann at Double or Nothing. What month is Double or Nothing gonna be in? May?
What the? That's legit. It.
Oh yeah, it's been 3 hours. All right, everyone. That was Impact Wrestling Hard to Kill 2021. Ah, that was awesome. I enjoyed the show. Did you guys like it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
For what I was here for, yes.
For you're here for, yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess it'll just be me and you talking about the first 3 matches, Kristen.
Sure, go on. Go ahead. And I apologize if I was nodding out there near the end to our viewers. We're doing this late, very late, like it's about to be 2 a.m. and I've been up all day today, so like I'm not saying I'm falling asleep because of Batman. I'm saying I'm falling asleep because it's been a long day. But go on, Nick.
Okay. Let me pull up the results real quick. Kill. Oh, and for you wondering, that last match went 20 minutes 30 seconds.
Okay.
All right, so we didn't watch the pre-show match. We'll just do the 9 matches. First match we had was Rosemary Crazy Steve versus Dashwood, Cable Decay. Good standard tag match. Not a very high stakes storyline. Rosemary and Crazy Steve taking out their little rivals. It was a good opening intergender tag team match. What did you think, Kristen?
The opening match? Yeah, I liked it. I haven't really seen Rosemary and Crazy Steve at all wrestle, so it was nice seeing them in this. It was a bit of a fun match overall, and it had a fun little finish with the green mist into both their eyes.
Yeah, both of them. And second match was Violent by Design, which is Eric Young, Diener, and Joe Doring. They took out Cousin Jake, Rhino, and Tommy Dreamer in a old school rules hardcore 6-man tag team match. I thought it was a good showing, good little hardcore match. Kind of went in the appetite before we got to the barbed wire massacre later on. The trio of Young, Diener, and Doring have been really good. Really portraying them as like legit dangerous people to be around. I like the Eric Young's basically getting to do Sanity correctly in Impact that he never got to do really in WWE. I thought it was a fun. It was a short hardcore match, and looking forward to see what this trio does next. What do you think, Kristen?
It was a fine match. It really was. It kind of was a bit spot festy to me, but like it was nice seeing some wrestlers I've never seen wrestle before wrestle. Yeah, and it was the right outcome overall. So good stuff.
Right. And the third match, the last one that Mo missed, it was the finals of the Impact Knockout Tag Team Championship Tournament, where Fire and Flava, Kira Hogan and Tosh Steele defeated Havoc and Navia to become the new Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champions. I thought this was a good tag team match. You got to really establish these 2 teams. I think the right team won. Hogan and Steele will be good first new champions of this new era of the title.
Yeah.
And I'm sure their first challenge will be having in Navia. And they've already set up a number of good tag teams during this tournament who can still go for it. So yeah, glad to see the championships back. That was a good match overall. What did you think, Kristen?
I thought it was good. It was a nice surprising outcome. I did enjoy that fact. Them not paying Havoc, but instead of paying her tap part was a nice surprise. It was out of nowhere win, and it was good. It was good for what it was. Yeah.
All right, and then Mo came back during this match. It was Ace Austin came out and was demanding that because he won the Super X Cup, that he should be inserted in the Impact X Division Championship match. Scott D'Amore came out and said, "Nuh-uh, but I got something for you," and introduced the Impact Wrestling debut of Matt Cardona, aka Zack Ryder, in a very fun, surprising surprise debut. We didn't get to compete much because Madman Fulton decided to interfere, causing disqualification, but it definitely set up a good rivalry between Ace Austin and Cardona. And yeah, I'm glad he's here. I'll be interested to see what happens if he runs into Brian Myers on Impact. So yeah, it's really cool to see Cardona in a new company that he's never been in before.
Yeah.
So first, I'm gonna ask Kristen, what do you think of Cardona showing up on Impact?
It was a nice surprise. It was the only real big surprise, aside from another match we'll get to involving karate. I thought this was it was a nice surprise. I'm curious to see where they go with Matt Cardona. Is he actually fully legit signed to Impact? It's just like with AEW, it's just like limited run. We'll have to wait and see on that. But it was nice seeing him. It was a nice little surprise.
And let's bring in Mo on this one. What'd you think of Matt Cardona? Surprise debut in Impact Wrestling.
I mean, it was cool because I don't know what the situation with Rhino and Heath is in terms of Impact, but it would be two sets of tag teams that we all know as buddy buddies. It'd be interesting if all four of them stay in the picture, and then you have kind of like a little back and forth. But it's been cool to see Matt outside of WWE because it was fun seeing his appearance in AEW, and it was interesting to see what went down tonight.
All right. And then the next match, this was a fun match. Triple threat match for the X Division Championship. Manic defending against Chris Bay and Rohit Raju. Chris Bay and Rohit were both determined to prove that Manic is actually TJ Perkins, which is a ridiculous claim, has no basis in fact.
They never even proved it. So
yes. Yeah, even when they took his mask off, he still had face paint on, so obviously couldn't tell who this Mystery Man is. But it was a fun, really good X Division match. Manic managed to keep the title. So yeah, I thought this fun match was a lot of fun. What did you think, Kristen?
I thought it was where the pay-per-view really did kick in was with the X Division title match. Like, really great stuff from all three competitors, especially Roshi as well. Like, just really good stuff. Of course, we already know that Manic, whoever you want to call him, is
whoever that man is.
Whoever that man is good. Same as Chris Bay. It's not my first time seeing Chris Bay match. I'm not surprised he did really well as well. Of course, you already know my biggest gripe with this match was the the unmasking. Okay, so non-kayfabe joking at all. I just thought it was really stupid. Like, he took off the mask and just had makeup on, but you could clearly fucking tell it's TJ Perkins.
I mean, you could tell that he was going to, like, with me not really watching Impact and just seeing Manic come out, and it's like the part of his face that you can see under that's exposed because of the mask is already painted up. So it's just like, oh, well, the rest of his face is painted up. If something happens, you're just gonna see face paint.
Look, Kristen, I'm not one to judge people on their conspiracy theories, but I'm gonna have to say you're crazy.
But overall, it was one of the better matches of the night.
Yes. Yeah. So they basically are doing the Mr. America storyline from SmackDown 2003, only with better wrestling and people who actually matter and should be at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm interested to see if Rohit keeps chasing after Manic, trying to get his belt back. I've ever since I first started watching Rohit especially with his current persona. I've been really enjoying him. I think he's fun. Like he's just a sneaky villain who actually is really talented in the ring. So yeah, we look forward to see what's going next. Next up, we had a really good technical match for the Impact Knockouts Championships. Deonna Purrazzo defended against Taya Valkyrie. We mentioned before, it was like just a really good technical submission based match. Deonna Purrazzo's really been living up to her nickname as the Virtuosa. Taya Valkyrie did her best to put up the fight, but ultimately Purrazzo got her in the double armbar, Fujiwara armbar, and she verbally quit because she couldn't actually tap out. I thought this was a good match. Deonna Purrazzo has been one of the Impact Wrestling's best, I guess the term would go, pet projects. Like, they've been really building her up as a legitimate competitor, which definitely helped by the fact that she's a good wrestler. So it'll be interesting to see. And we also see Su Yung is now back under a different persona as Susan. Who's literally just a Karen, which is funny to me, and I think that's hilarious that someone's actually making fun of that stereotype by now.
Yeah.
We'll see how long she stays in this, because she stayed on the Susie persona for like a year before she went back to Su Yung. So we'll see how long this one lasts. I'm kind of curious, why would Deonna Purrazzo like you say, oh yeah, she's safe now because she wants to help me, but eventually she's gonna turn back into Su Yung. So. But yeah, let's see what happens next. What did you think of this match, Kristen?
It was good. I'm usually not a fan of technical matches, but this one did well with it. It was entertaining in the beginning with the whole like Susan thing and things like that. As the match went in, yeah, it was really good technical match overall. Deonna Purrazzo, still continues to impress. It didn't work out in NXT, and she's proving how effective she can be when you actually give her a shot.
What did you think of the match, Mo?
It was good overall. I will say that seeing as how this is the second pay-per-view match I've seen her in, I kind of wonder I don't want them to continue it being where it's just like she's technically dominating. I would like to see it more of a surprise, like build up to like eventually she will get that submission lock on her opponent, and it won't be like, I don't know, a long kind of breakdown technical fight every time, because eventually that's going to get tiring.
All right. Next match is, okay, guys, I know it's only January. I'm going to call it now. This was the best match of the year. It was the Karate Man versus Ethan Page in a battle across time and space with the pride of being a Karate Man on the line. And in this epic showdown that worthy of any match between Ryu and Akuma, the Karate Man prevailed against the weak bitch, in his words, Ethan Page, by mauling his heart out of his chest and walking out with the victory.
Okay, so I have to bring this up because Impact tweeted this. So if you're keeping track, Mickie James was pushed in front of a train. The OGs ran over a kid. Luchasaurus had his head smashed with a wrench. Allie was stabbed through the neck. Johnny Bravo was shot. And Ethan Page had his heart torn out. Welcome to Impact Wrestling.
What the was that?
All of that happened. That has all actually happened. That all happened, and it was all glorious.
Is that how they just like get rid of people for a while? It's like instead of
no, some of them were actually just personal storylines. The OG LAX. They were trying to kill Conan in a drive-by and actually hit the kid. That was the LAX Civil War. That was really good.
That happened in A Bound for Glory I watched. So.
The LAX Civil War was a really good storyline. One of the best of the year. But yes, back to this glorious, amazing battle between two warriors. One man confident in his power of karate, and the other trying to find who he is. And ultimately, his weakness was his undoing. So, what, Kristen, I must ask you about your thoughts on this most epic battle.
That was good. I'm not at this point. I'm really tired, but like, yeah, no, it was a good match. It was fun. It was a nice breather after the last couple matches. It was a nice way to just get our minds like a bit goofy for a bit before we got all serious in the next match. But yeah, really well done stuff overall. Just really fun. He ripped out his heart. They went to like 5 different locations around the world, or 6. I lost count. Yeah, it was what it was. I'm curious to see where Karate Man goes with Josh Alexander.
Bo, I must ask you now your thoughts on this most epic encounter.
I'm disappointed. Horribly disappointed. Mainly because they didn't try, like, unless they're gonna pull some like Freddy versus Jason kind of stuff. This is, I'm assuming, gonna be the one Karate Man versus Ethan Page match. They couldn't leave it open to a sequel, but I guess for what I saw, it was entertaining. It is one of the sillier looking cinematic matches I've seen so far. It's also it is also probably the most low budget cinematic match I've ever seen so far.
Hey, sometimes it works with what you got, man.
No, it's that meme. It's that meme. Kid. No, the kid saying, "Mommy, I want a cinematic match." Mom,
We got
we have a
cinematic
cinematic
matches at home.
Cinematic match at home. This
Yeah,
match.
they talk about those DVD extras. I want to see behind the scene footage of Ethan Page filming that match on a little green screen. But yeah, I'm glad that Ethan Page is having fun with his character. Sometimes you just need a silly character once in a while.
Yeah.
Like, it reminds you know what it reminds me of? You ever guys ever watch Parks and Rec?
Bits and pieces.
You remember Chris Pratt's, like, his character's alter ego Johnny Karate?
Yeah, I heard about
It
that.
just reminds me of that. I know as I was filming, I was making kind of like some Chris Pratt faces while I was watching. I was like, but yes, that was fun. And then we had of course, that was also that was a good time to do that because they had time to set up the next match. It was one of those personal rivalries in recent Impact history. Eddie Edwards versus Sami Callihan in a barbed wire massacre. Lived up to the name. These two men who hate each other so much just beat the ever-loving hell out of each other with everything they could find that was covered in barbed wire, including a Nintendo 64 controller, which I never thought I'd ever see that. But yeah, that was a really good hardcore encounter. Edwards, this felt like the final chapter of this rivalry, at least like in this stage. So I don't think these two should fight each other again for a long while. I'd say at least a year, because this rivalry has, I think, been one of the key factors in Impact Wrestling's revival. Mm-hmm. Because honestly, come on, you guys all heard that when the episode when Sami Callihan accidentally legitimately hit Eddie Edwards in the face with the bat.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
And even though it was an accident, it ultimately led to an amazing storyline that's been going on the past 3 years between these two men. I know I can't mention it before, but literally there's nothing else I can really compare it to. It's on par with the legendary Raven Tommy Dreamer feud, which makes perfect sense because I always thought Sami Callihan was a modern day Raven, and I mean that most positive sense possible. And of course, Eddie Edwards has been under the tutelage of Tommy Dreamer and has that same, like, Tommy Dreamer was like the heart and soul of ECW, and they positioned Eddie Edwards the heart and soul of Impact Wrestling. And so it was good to see these guys beat the hell of each other, and Eddie Edwards finally take down Sami Callihan. So I'm gonna start with you, Kristen. What did you think of this match?
Brutal. Yeah, it was as brutal as it needed to be, as bloody as it deserved to be, and a lot of cringeworthy moments throughout. Really well done. Like I said, the N64 controller was weird, but effective. Yeah, not much I'll say about the match. It was a really well done match, and if this is truly capping off the rivalry, it was done well.
What you got to say, Mo?
It was definitely had its moments. I noticed. I think there was only one piece of the barbed wire section that wasn't used, and that was the turnbuckle. And I was kind of expecting someone to get like
Yeah, same here.
launched into it, like face first, kind of. But other than that, it was kind of just interesting because I had not seen a barbed wire massacre match. So this, I feel like this was a good start, good good indication of how brutal such a match can be, especially with such a heated animosity between two people.
I gotta say, as brutal as this match was, it was nowhere near as bloody as that legendary Abyss Sabu match. You gotta look at Abyss versus Sabu barbed wire massacre. Bloodiest match I've ever. I think I can imagine. I can remember. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Like I know Impact puts a lot of. I don't actually know. I don't think it is on YouTube because I think it was too freaking bloody. But it's definitely you can find it on their. I'm sure on their website on Impact Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it originated. Yeah, the first one was in 2005. I'm trying to remember what pay-per-view was on though. So it was Abyss versus Sabu. Barbed wire. Here we go. Turning Point 2005. Just you can just Google and see the images from it. It's a brutal match. But of course, after this, we had our main event of the evening as the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega teamed with the Impact World Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, to take on the Impact World Champion Rich Swann, Chris Sabin, and Moose. I thought overall this was a really fun and really good main event. All 6 men busted their ass in this match. It was cool to see Kenny, like a lot of these guys taking on Kenny Omega. For the first time I can remember some of these guys taking them on in the ring. It was still surreal to see Kenny Omega in an Impact Wrestling ring. And honestly, I can't remember the last time I saw a world champion from one company competing against another world champion of a separate company. So yeah, I've really been enjoying this AEW Impact partnership. And as you saw from their announcement for their next pay-per-view, Impact Rebellion, the symbol on there was the Omega symbol. So the Omega's gonna be sticking around a while.
Mm-hmm.
What month is Double or Nothing on? I'm trying to see what's gonna come first.
Double or Nothing's May. It's usually May.
So it'll be after Rebellion. Oh, so we may get. So honestly, I don't know. We might get Swann Omega. I don't know at Rebellion or Double or Nothing. We'll have to see. But yes, overall, this is a good match. It makes sense that Omega and Gallows and Anderson would win, as they're still established themselves as a unit, as a unit, and it sets up Omega Swann down the line. But I really enjoyed about all the encounters seeing Moose take on Omega. Like that's a match I want to see 1-on-1.
Yeah.
So what did you think of this match, Kristen?
It was a solid main event match. I don't think it was like absolutely spectacular. I still think, my opinion, my favorite match tonight was definitely the X Division match, championship match. But I thought the 6-man tag at the end was pretty good. It was nice getting to see Kenny Omega mix up with people we never thought we would see him mix it up with. Some great spots. A lot of highlights from Moose himself, whether it was the standing moonsault, the Spanish fly, that devastating headbutt he gave. Really great stuff. We got to see a little glimpse of Rich Swann versus Kenny Omega, which I liked. And curious to see where we go after this. Definitely gonna be, if anything, if that Omega symbol was to hit anything at Rebellion, we could be getting Kenny Omega versus Rich Swann for the Impact title at Rebellion. I don't know if they'll hold on for that long, but who knows.
Let's see. He has to get back past Moxley first. So, Mo, what'd you think of the main event?
I thought it was a good build-up match, good showcase of everyone working together, and um, there was a nice flow with a bunch of stuff, and like you guys had mentioned before, interesting to see people work with Kenny Omega that he hasn't worked with before. Um, Nick, I will say, unless you're counting, unless you aren't counting NWA as something else, we have seen NWA women's versus AEW women's. So I think that would probably be the most recent, like, different company, different promotion champion versus champion that at least we've all seen. But it is. I feel like this is gonna be the start. Like, this is kind of becoming more uh interesting and more commonplace, and I think it'll bring about a lot of stuff, not just for Impact or AEW, but for just all the other promotions as well. Just allowing your champions, like, a collaborative effort for just for the sake of fans and for the sake of pro wrestling.
All right. So that's gonna be our overview. Look back at all the matches. So we like to do is give an overall grade for the pay per view. So Kristen, I'm gonna start with you. What's your overall grade for Hard to Kill 2021?
B plus. B plus. It really good stuff. Another solid Impact show overall. Um, I would say I like it. For me, it didn't really pick up till the second half with the because the second half had all my favorite matches. Easily had the X Division match, had a Karate Man versus Page. I had the barbed wire match. Had the fun 6-man tag as well. But yeah, that's one reason I really give it a B plus. Just it was only really the second half that really got me going, getting invested into all the matches. But yeah, easily my match tonight was definitely the X Division title match.
All right, Mo, what's your grade?
You can, I guess, put an asterisk next to this, but I'm gonna say B, only because um everything was good that I had seen. It was solid. The Edwards versus Callihan, I feel like it would have made more of an impression on me if I had been following it over the years like you have, Nick. Um, I feel like the main draw of this whole pay per view was, of course, the AEW champion with the Impact Tag Champions versus Team Impact. Um, and they were all able to kind of showcase their stuff, but we all kind of know that this was just a build to something more, and it's gonna be. I'm more anticipating what's gonna happen after this and what it's gonna lead to. But this was a good. I want to say it was a good sampling of what we can expect down the line.
Okay.
Yeah. So honestly, yeah, I do think the second half was really good. There's still parts like as with the first half I really enjoyed. Like uh Eric Young's team was really cool to see because I'm really impressed with Eric Young basically getting to do exactly what he wanted to do in NXT but never got to. Uh, Matt Cardona showing up was really fun, and but of course the second half of the show was where all all the great things happened. X Division title match, Knockouts title match, the epicness that is Karate Man, the Barbed Wire Massacre in the main event. I'm gonna give it solid A minus.
Okay.
So that's gonna be from me.
So we averaged about, we've averaged around like a B plus overall, all three of us combined. So
Yeah.
a B plus overall. Oh, okay.
All
So
right.
this is where I take over. So other than
Yes.
that, folks, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about how impactfully elite tonight's wrestling was, hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well. Let us know what you thought of tonight's Impact Hard to Kill 2021. what were some of your matches, what were some favorite moments, or your thoughts on one of the best on a budget cinematic matches of 2021 so far. Let us know in the comments down below. Put down what you thought of our reaction overall. But most importantly, we thank you for watching. And other than you, Mo, where they can find you somewhere on the internet, Nick, Mr. Snick Slade, where can they find you?
You can read my weekly wrestling column, Spandex Suplex the Wrestling Review, every Saturday or Sunday afternoon, depending on the week, on FloridaGeekScene.com. Also, be sure to check out my spin-off interview series, Spandex Suplex is the Interview Series, where I sit down and interview figures from the wrestling industry, with my first two guests having been Alex Chamberlain and the legendary jobber Randy Hogan. So hopefully I got an episode 3 coming down the line.
And of course, guys, on the next episode of 1, 2, 3 Wrestling here on SRB TV, it is the road to WrestleMania. And it begins, I should start with that, and it begins at the Royal Rumble. Prepare for one of the most weirdest Rumbles of all time, because there's literally not going to be an actual audience there. So that's right, Royal Rumble 2021 is coming up next for us, folks. But until next time, I'm Kristen.
I'm Nick Slade.
I am Mo. I broke my hand trying to karate chop a board, brothers.
And this has been a very hard to kill kind of reaction for 1, 2, 3 Wrestling. So, of course, we will all see you later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out our previous reactions,
or any one of our other SRB shows,
check out one of our playlists down below.
If you want to check us out in the social universe,
you can find us on Twitter
and Stardust
at Super React Bros.